It's your first look at Forrest football as we get set for tonight's matchup. Coach's Corner with Coach Eli Stevenson, player interviews, our interview with the Band of Blues segment, and our Pep Talk segment coming your way here on TC Sports 1.
At Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I have been cheering since I was like 5 years old, and I'm a junior.
All right, so lots of time that you've gone through all the ranks, football, basketball, kind of like football. Is that your favorite sport to cheer for?
Definitely.
We talked about, of course, getting out and cheering and being out in the heat and the cold, maybe the most miserable time that you've ever been out.
The Cornersville game this season, I was really hot.
That was super hot, yeah. I'll have to say, that's probably the hottest one that I've seen in quite some time. So what's it like over on the sidelines?
We got to wear the midriffs and stuff, so that was really hot. But it's really fun, like it's exciting to like get the crowd pumped and watch the boys and everything.
Now, let's do a little get to know you. Okay. Something that would be on your bucket list to do.
Oh no, I didn't think about this one.
I'll pass that one, we'll come back.
Okay.
How do you relax?
I lay in my bed and watch like cheer videos, or I hang out with my friends and watch TikTok.
I gotcha. Are you a daredevil? Would you bungee jump or skydive? Oh wow.
100%.
So you would like jump out of the plane from 30,000 feet, never think twice about it?
If I got the opportunity, I would do it right now, like today.
Wow. See, I'm admiring that because that's one thing. Heights and myself do not get along. So, yeah, I'll admire you for that one, and I will let you jump out of planes and bungee jump all that you want to. Okay, one final question. Let's do favorite music group.
Probably country.
Okay. Have a particular artist that you like?
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. All right. Well, Miss Becca, thank you for joining us on our Pep Talk segment, and we've been happy to have you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
My name is Eris. I've been in band for 5 years. I've been the color guard captain for 4 years, and I'm a senior.
Talk a little bit about color guard. What do you do? How do you get ready? I know that's, to me, it's always fun to watch because you have to worry about timing and all those things, I know, but it's cool to see how you pull it off.
Well, getting ready for it, it's like you have to have an ability to listen to the music and know where you're supposed to be at in your routine, because it goes so well with the music you're listening to, because it's like you're performing what is going on the field, like you're telling the story.
So do you have to, is that one of those things you kind of got to have a feel for it? Is it something you just can't pull anybody in and go, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do this?
Well, you have to have a sense of rhythm. Like any section in band, you have to have a sense of tempo, a sense of rhythm, like a general metronome, like personal, be able to hit something on time, be able to count without having like your mouth moving and all this stuff. You have to be able to smile through it all and just put on a performance for everybody that's watching.
Has there ever been a time that you've had an embarrassing situation during a performance or whatever that you were like, I'd just love to have the Snickers commercial, I just want to get away?
About 2 weeks ago at our first home game this year, one of my guard girls did not set her flag right, and she stole mine right after my solo, and I got off the field to go find it, and I went an entire yard line and a half over to go get her flag, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
Now, let's talk a little bit about you, get to know you just a little bit better. We always talk about, especially with the band, music. What kind of music are you listening to if you're not here?
Usually it's slower music, like more music that you can feel, like get into, because I don't really listen to music that I couldn't perform to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't listen to rap very much. It's more like Victor Ray, which is very lyrical kind of.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about, if there's one food that you could not do without, what's it going to be?
Ice cream.
Ice
I'm
cream.
a big ice cream person. Like
Favorite kind?
mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip. All right, I can go with that. Hey, Eris, thank you so much for joining us. That's been your interview with the Band of Blue.
All right.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
And we have in our player segment for our TC Sports 1 All-Star Trophies Player of the Week, our Player 5. Player of the Week, it is Mr. Aiden Cantrell, 6 for 6 through the air for 75 yards and a touchdown. And Aiden, I know you got to be proud of the way you guys played on homecoming. That had to be a special week.
Oh, yes, sir. We played really great. We got the game plan done, and our defense came in hot. We had a pick in like the first drive of the game, and we scored just about every drive.
Talk about clicking offensively. You guys really ran and passed very well, as we talked about. 6 for 6 through the air. You got on a good communication with your receivers, and Ben Villazon ended up catching a touchdown pass. know you had to be really happy about that.
Oh, yes, sir. I trust my guys. I just get it to them, and I know they're going to get it and take it upfield for as much as they can.
Talk about confidence level. You guys now seem to be, the last couple of games, really growing in confidence and getting really, I think, on the same page as each other, really performing well, almost effortlessly now.
Oh, yes, sir. We're hot right now. Our defense comes hard to hit like a hippo, and our offense, we try to move it a little faster, but our offense is figuring it out.
Hey, man, I'm going to have to use this. Can I get a trademark on hit like a hippo? That's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, we get to Cascade. Of course, last year, everybody, after the game was over with, kind of waiting on this moment. Talk about the week of practice this week in preparation for them.
Yes, sir. We knew it was a revenge game. We knew we had to come hard. We had a hard week in practice. We played as much as we can to try to figure out what we're going to do this week for our game plan, hoping to reverse it this week.
Talk about you guys. Important. You already won a region contest and pretty much assured yourself of a playoff spot, but this keeps you with a win atop the region standings.
Yes, sir. We know how important this game is. We're going to come and give all that we can for this one.
Aiden, congratulations once again for being our All-Star Trophies TC Sports 1 Player of the Week.
Thank you.
Rain's moving in. Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds? No. Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cows tipped over. No. Nope. No. No. The wind. Yeah. Really? No. How do you know it's gonna rain then? Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Ben Villazon, wide receiver and corner, and I'm a senior.
Ben, for you coming back out, I know it had to be really nice getting to catch that touchdown pass last week. Talk about that feeling.
Yeah, I was hoping Coach would call it all game, and then he finally did. And just executed. Kentrell threw me the great ball.
It was a nice adjustment, nice catch, and I knew there had to be something up just a little bit because after the game, Coach in his post-game address to the team said, "Hey, we got you one." So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him to call it about every game, and he finally got a good one.
So is that one of those ones you just kind of follow him down the sidelines when he turns around, he sees number 2 pretty close every time?
Yeah.
All right, man. Talk about coming back out, Ben. What's it been like? Been away from the game a couple of years. How was the adjustment for you coming back?
I'm having fun. I feel like I'm still kind of up with the players. I feel like I haven't really lost anything, so I feel like I've been fine out there.
As a receiver, we've noticed you can go in traffic, make some catches. Talk about the part of being a receiver of being fearless, that you just know, hey, you're going to take some hits and have to just prepare.
Yeah, I get in my head before the game. I just get ready mentally, and then every time I get a pass play, I feel like it's going to me, so I just get ready.
I've always said I think it's great that you can play 2 sports. I think they help you out in playing in the other, especially being back there in the secondary. I think it really helps you having that basketball ability to be able to go up in high point of football.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about that. It's got to be pretty fun for you to go back there and just say, you know what, you thought you were going to get that one, but not so fast.
Yeah, getting a football is just like getting a rebound. They play hand in hand.
Now, let's find out a little bit about you off the field. Things that you love to do maybe away from the game of football.
I like some video games. I play games a lot with, Eli Bell. We be playing the game a lot together.
All right, what's the favorite?
I don't know if we really have a favorite right now.
You just like to play?
Yeah.
All right, now I've been surprised. I'm going to go to this question. This has been one that I've kind of had with a lot of these guys, and I've gotten surprised. If I'm riding with you down the road and we're listening to music, what's going to be on your playlist?
Probably some Zach Bryan, probably.
Man, you guys are a country-dominated locker room here.
Yes,
I like it. Okay. Now, one other thing. Let's say in school, favorite subject that you have in school, and you cannot say homeroom.
I mean, I'm not good at English, but I like reading stories and stuff, like not reading them, but like hearing about it and stuff. I like English.
Okay. All right, man. Ben, thank you so much for joining us, and we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
And our Coach's Corner with Coach Eli Stevenson. And Coach, I know we've talked to the players about it. I know coaching staff-wise, you had to be waiting for this one back on the schedule again.
Yes, sir, we were. We've had a bad taste in our mouth. It's a rival game. They came out and they put it on us last year. And they embarrassed us really last year. And our kids, they've responded well this week. They've got after it during practice. And we're looking forward to going out and see what we can do on Friday.
I think the last couple of games especially, you've been able to, with the emergence of all the depth in your backfield, I mean, a lot of people talk about what Fletcher Fields has been able to do, and rightfully so, with all the touchdowns. But I think now you've got 5-6 guys that can run the football effectively for you.
We do, and that goes with them just working harder in practice. And when you're able to get some fresh legs in about the third, fourth quarter, it's a big advantage for you. And our Liam Bell's doing a great job of sticking out the middle. Fletcher's hitting the outside. Bell, he's hitting the outside off tackle. And what I'm mostly impressed by our running backs is Eli Bell hit ISO blocking. He'll run in there and he will try to kill somebody. He's not very big, but he does a great job of ISO blocking. And our line up front, they're opening up some good holes right now.
Coach, I think the one thing that you talked about right there goes hand in hand. This group willing to do whatever it takes to win. You talk about guys being able to sacrifice their bodies and do things for their teammates for the good of the team.
Yes, and run the ball. Depends on the game plan that week. Usually we'll have a good. Our wings have dominated in the past couple games. They're going to load up to stop the off tackle play, outside play, and that opens up the inside run. And that will let our tailbacks have it. And our backs do a great job of blocking for each other, and they're not jealous. They wanna win. They'll do anything to win the ball game.
Defensively, you got to feel good about where you're at right now. You've really had solid efforts. You know, a couple of touchdowns late against the reserves last week, but against the starters, you guys have really been locked down defensively.
Yes, and it starts for us up front. Our D-line, they're quick and athletic, big too, and they'll run to the football. Jesse Lemon is playing great outside linebacker, cutting everything back inside. Liam Bell, he led the team in tackles this week. He's flowing to the ball from middle. And our secondary, they're not giving up big plays deep. And that just shows that we're a year older and just mature, and they understand the defense a lot better this year.
Depth, I think another big thing. You've got guys that you can rotate off the bench. Some of those young guys that are coming up from the middle school in the past couple of years, they've been having a tradition of winning. They've come in and really haven't been shying away from the moment at all, giving you some really good depth.
Yes, the depth, and where our depth shows is on our special team too. We got a lot of young guys playing special teams, and they're flying around, doing a great job. The past 3 weeks, we've been able to win the special team battle, and that just shows their effort, and that's the young guys coming out there flying around and making tackles and blocking.
going on the road tonight, another big region game, not to mention the fact it's Cascade and all of last year's theatrics that go along with that one. But talk about what you've got to do tonight to be successful against this champion group.
The game plan's always the same for us. We got to be able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, limit penalties, no turnovers, and go out and have fun. That's our same game plan every week. Cascade, they got some big linemen up front. We got to hold up front. We got to play our technique and get off blocks on defense. Same thing on offense. They got some big guys up front and they attack. We got to take good steps, stay on our blocks. If we're able to do that, we'll be in good shape.
One final question. From a coaching standpoint, what's going to be the X factor tonight that you feel like is going to determine this ball game?
X factor, I want field position. That's always the X factor for us. If we can pin them deep on defense, we got a better chance to stop them. If we can get good field position with our special teams for offense, it's always a lot easier to score, and that's always the X factor.
Coach Eli Stevenson, thanks again for taking time with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
This TC Sports 1 broadcast is brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home with a real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, celebrating 10 years in Chapel Hill. Also brought to you by Benchmark Physical Therapy, they'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also, we're brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. We're brought to you by Quince Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, home, life, auto, and health insurance. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. Also brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. We're brought to you by Lawrence Funeral Home, serving Chapel Hill since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. Also brought to you by Mac Equipment, your local Cub Cadet and Exmark dealer. By the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition. And by Garvin's Ground Control, licensed and insured.
Welcome in on a beautiful 75-degree evening here in the War Chase Bell Buckle Metroplex as we are at the stable, Cascade High School, for a renewing of the annual bloodletting between the Forrest Rockets and the champions of Cascade. Good evening, Troy Cashin, Ricky Sweeney, Noble Mays, Mr. Peter Wilson and Miss Caden Anderson. Gang is all here tonight as we get set for what should be a great one here this evening. Ricky, for a year now, the Rockets have had a chance to stew and brew and think about what happened last year on their home field. A 49-0 beatdown at the hands of the champions, and 300-plus days later, they get a chance to avenge that loss here tonight. And to a man, those young men have talked about what that game meant to them last year and just how much they've thought about getting to this point this year.
Yeah, interview with Coach Eli. He gave a great interview, I thought. Low-key, level-headed. He's that way, got the kids that way, and just got to keep it going like that and don't make too many mental. He said the mental part of it with penalties and turnovers. Just play good, smart football, and at least you're going to have yourself a chance here tonight.
Yeah, and for the Rockets, they've already got one taste of region football under their belts. A win over Cannon County a couple of weeks ago, a hard-fought game, 21-10, that the Rockets were able to take the win. This is the first region matchup for Cascade, Ricky, and talk about their results thus far this season.
Yeah, Cascade were, what did I do with those?
Champions come in at 3-2 on the year. And, of course, for them, a big home matchup here tonight as they want to do well against their long-standing rival, Forrest. Go ahead with those scores, Ricky.
Yeah, Cascade defeated Watertown 28-21, a team that beat us in the first game of the season, 17-0. They had their way with Community, as everybody did, 68-0. Had a close game with Huntland. Cascade won that one 21-14. Richland gave Cascade a loss. Richland 23, Cascade 15. And Moore County gave the champions also a loss. Moore County 34, Cascade 5. So 3-2 coming in here. And as you said, their first region game against the Rockets tonight.
A couple of things you always think about is, of course, those matchups that you've had against common opponents. Last week, of course, Watertown was defeated by Cascade 28-21, hard-fought game there, but the Rockets lost that first game of the season to Watertown by a score of 17-0. So, you do a little scoreboard watching there and think about the difference between the Watertown matchup with Cascade and, of course, the Watertown matchup with Forrest. As Watertown got the best of the Rockets, Cascade was able to beat them. But there's a couple of other things that I would like for us to look at as well. A couple of things that maybe come into magnification a little bit more is the fact that Richland was able to defeat Cascade, and we saw what Cornersville did to Richland a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we did, and some of these matchups don't make a lot of sense to me, so that tells me anything can happen with the mixture of these teams that we've noticed here tonight, early in the season. Well, not early anymore, midway in the season for everybody now.
And the only thing that really matters is what happens here tonight.
That's right.
And welcome in our good friend and tag team partner, Mr. Noble Mays. Glad to see you, my friend.
I'm certainly glad to be here with you gentlemen and young ladies. So certainly glad and looking forward to a lovely evening of football. So we have a very intimate setting here, gentlemen.
And the course of the series, this has been one of those where, of course, proximity breeds the natural rivalry. Forrest has won 28 times in the series. Cascade has won 18. And, of course, most people are going to remember that 49-0 shellacking last year by Cascade over the Rockets. Rockets, of course, as we talked about in our opening statements, they've been stewing on that one for a while, Noble.
It sits on you for a while, and you remember things like that, Mr. Sweeney, and you wait for your opportunity. So that's the beautiful thing about competitive sports. Everybody gets a turn, so you just wait on your turn to come around. You get a chance to reciprocate that feeling.
Now, here is what builds football in your communities. Youngsters being able to come out, they get to run through the champion there, the smoke, and they get a chance to get that at an early age. That's how you build programs, build interest. Cascade's team under Coach Tyre has done really well over the past few years building, and, of course, last year picked up the big victory. He is helped by or assisted by Ethan Calvert, Drew Hooker, Glenn Tidwell, and Sanders Lovern, Chris Arnold, Will Carter, Philip Horde, and Braxton Waddell. So big coaching staff. They've been together for a while. They've built this program up. And for them here tonight, fellas, it's a chance for them to say, hey, you know what? We've taken over the place where Forrest used to be. They want to feel like they've got the upper hand in this rivalry, and if they can win a couple in a row and 3 or 4, it would definitely help their confidence.
I gave your list a once over there, and there's lots of streaks involved in those.
Yes.
Like 4 and 5 wins in a row for both these teams here tonight. So hardly ever see alternating wins.
And I've said Kyle Stacy was probably the victim of the best Cascade run in football history. They were tremendous there for a few years, and Coach Stacy happened to be the coach at Forrest while they were going through that great period in Cascade football history. They're looking to try to get back to there. Of course, they haven't played a region game, so we don't know, what to expect from them. We've looked at scores from other contests, and really, you just want to see how you're going to react in a rivalry game. You never know, with all that's on the line, how people are going to come out. You want to, and I think in speaking with Coach Stevenson today, I think, Ricky, you hit on a point. I think the guys have really focused this week. They've talked about it. But I think it's kind of like a business attitude with this group. They know what they have to do. They want to come in here and take care of business. I don't think they're going to be just jacked up out of their minds where they're making mistakes on adrenaline early in the game. I believe this is going to be a team that comes in focused, ready to go. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really feel like after game 1, I see a lot of the 21 team in this group. I think early in the season that 21 team got beat by Cornersville. People may have written them off a little bit, but they kept getting better throughout the year. And that group, they didn't have the star power. It was all we and not me. This group the same way. They've got some kids that can really play football, but you can tell they really care a lot about each other. They just want to get the job done. They don't care who gets it done. They just want to win football games.
Yeah, you talked to Villazon and Cantrell interview tonight, and they weren't cocky. They had their heads on, screwed on straight. For what I could tell, and boy, a lot of times you don't see that in young folks. They show off a little cockiness, and they want to pronounce that. I didn't see that at all in that talk with them tonight and the coach. So I think the focus is there tonight. Just got to prove it on the field.
I'm going to be very honest with you. I've been very, very impressed with the interviews that we've conducted this year, not only with the football players, but getting to know the band members and the cheerleaders. There's some outstanding young people that go to high school at Forrest High School. I've certainly been impressed with the knowledge and just the ability to conduct conversations and just find out about them. Just some neat kids that we've got to encounter. And today, like I say, kids were pretty loose.
Yeah.
They know there's a job to be done. And I hope you got to see our interview segments. If you hadn't, I encourage you to get into our pregame and check it out early, because we do get a chance to talk to those young folks, get a chance to talk to Coach Stevenson, and just impressed really with the way they have conducted themselves and how I think they seem to be approaching this game here tonight.
There's an emotional component as well inside the building, T-Roy. I have had the luxury of going off into the high school a couple times, and these young men here, they seem to be locked in. So as a whole community, particularly with the high school students, that social emotional piece there. So there's a connection there, not only as the students, but it flows into the athletics as well, where there's a certain piece of the school pride, community pride, and things of that nature. But they do a fine job of supporting one another, and I think that shows in athletics. But it certainly starts in the school system. I've seen it in the building myself.
It will be a fine end to summer. This is the last day of summer. Fall officially begins tomorrow, but football is in the air here tonight, as it will be Cascade and Forrest coming your way here in just a few moments on TC Sports 1. Let's take a break, and we'll be back.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat, and that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And welcome back. As we said, lovely evening for football here. We have had some beautiful weather through these first 6 games, and may I say, I cannot believe we're at game 6 already.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy, but it is perfect tonight for football. The field looks really good, and folks settle in because this should be a good one if both teams play with all their capabilities that they have. And Rockets, again, I can't say it enough, how loose they were, how focused they were. Hope that focus proves it on the field.
I'm going to spring this one on Nova while he's sitting here. We haven't had a chance to speak this week. I've actually been soaking up some rays this week, but we do want to try to get on Thursday night. We've talked about it. Middle school football championship game coming up this Thursday night. Want to make sure that you can make that one. If you can't, nope. Will you be able? You'll be with us Friday.
I'm going to do my best to be with you. I have to talk to you and Mr. Sweeney after, and that means if the folks hear me next week at home, that means you two gentlemen really wanted me to be there because a lot of things have to take place. But my plan is to be there. But I got to talk to you two gentlemen because I'm 100% certain that you will say yes to the 2 boxes I need to check. But a lot of things have to happen for me to be locked in with you Friday.
You know that whatever it is, we're going to make sure we get you there. So, but do want to remind everybody, we will have. We're not going to have but we're going to have that middle school championship game for you Thursday night. Should be a 6 o'clock kickoff. With that, we'll go on somewhere around 5:30, give you a little pregame, and, of course, get that middle school championship. Ricky, they're looking for 3 in a row.
Now, look, when this game's over, that's their last game, right? Can we pull those guys up and let them play? Nova, can we go ahead and advance them to the freshman class, graduate them?
I like what you're saying there, and the luxury of that, you all have told me about the middle school program, and we've seen a couple of them kind of shine this year who are freshmen, but let's just let them stay champions let them hold that for a little while, Mr. Sweeney, but I like the idea of that, but here's the thing.
I'm a little greedy.
I know you're a little greedy, but here's the thing. You don't want to rub anybody the wrong way who's already out there starting position. Yeah. So yes, indeed. Let them wait their turn. And just like in life, everybody has an opportunity to wait. So you got to wait on your opportunity to present itself, and you can't. As you all know, we've been young before, and we've been eager to get a little old. Don't rush it. So there'll be a chance to get a chance to play varsity ball.
Now, think about what is happening at that middle school level. Coach Johnson doing a wonderful job. 3 years in a row now, they got a chance to be champions, be undefeated, and building just a tremendous middle school program and feeding those young men into this program. We've seen the last few years. Now you got sophomores that have been undefeated. You had that freshman group undefeated at middle school. We've got another that will feed into the program this coming year. That does nothing but help you. That is a winning attitude. That is a winning culture that when you get to high school, Coach Stevens doesn't have to worry about these guys knowing how to win football games.
And I like how you phrased that. You started off and you have come a whole 360, T-Roy. You talked about some champions, the little kids coming out, and you talked about how you build a program. And that middle school program, you and I, we talked about it several times. Anytime you have a middle school program that's very successful, it's kind of like a minor league, farm league where you're getting them ready for the big league. So, T-Roy?
I think we're getting ready for our national anthem here in just a few moments. We will have that, and then we'll take a commercial break and return with kickoff to follow here from Cascade.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Rain's moving in. Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds? No. Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Go. And our national anthem here from Cascade High School as we get set for football action. It is 4-1, Forrest 3-2. Cascade set to go at it here. And fellas, as we inch closer to kickoff, if you're the Forrest Rockets right now, what do you have to do to win this football game?
I always defer to the fact that you go to your strength. And I know, T-Roy, you and I, we've had many debates about a lot of things, and I know you like to jump out early. I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way, Mr. Sweeney, but I think the strength of this Rockets team is the defense, and I have absolutely no issue with putting that defense out on the field first and giving this offense maybe some good starting position.
Yeah, I think you're right. It sets the tone for that offense. They feed off of that, I believe, the last few games, and that's what we're going to have again tonight. I think that is key. That's a very good key to how tonight's game is going to turn out. And I saw something last week. We used to run that scissors play and that back and forth stuff all the time. And last week we only ran that scissors play, I think, one time, and we scored on it with G squared. Gavin Grissom, yo man. So we mixed it up pretty good the last few games, and that's been working for us.
Here's the thing I'm going to watch for tonight. Fletcher Fields has been dynamic. The freshman, when he touches the football, as we all know, he's got a chance to take it to the house anytime he touches it. Watch the inside game tonight. If Liam Bell can continue to pound between the tackles, it gives an extra step to Fields or Eli Bell, the speedsters on the corner. Can they control up front enough to run that football inside, get those linebackers cheating in just a little bit, and then get it to Fields or Bell on the corner? That, to me, if they can run the football and control up front, that's going to be key tonight.
Also, what that opens up as well, T-Roy, and I certainly like it. You know how I feel about some ground and pound. And once they start getting in there tight, it's just schematics, T-Roy. Once they start getting in tight and you start putting 8 in the box, it gives you a chance to get to the edge, but it also opens up some slight little passing games where you can try to get somebody like a Ben Villazon or somebody, it gets them out in the flat. And you know how I feel about putting the ball in the hands of your playmakers and putting them out in space, T-Roy. So a good running game on the interior opens up a whole plethora of things on offense.
Now, think about this. I call it the missing Max game in 2020. Cascade came to Chapel Hill and won 17-14. Got a couple of big plays. Rockets had a freshman quarterback that had not played a varsity snap. Rockets played it close to the vest. Cascade put 10 men in the box all night long, dared them to throw the football. Going to be a different story tonight. Aiden Cantrell, 6 of 6 for 75 yards and a score last week. They have the ability to throw the football. If that 10th man creeps into the box tonight, look for the Rockets to be able to and willing to throw the football.
And I'm going to go one more step, Mr. Sweeney. I don't even think you need 10 in the box for Cantrell to do his thing. You mess around and put 7 and 8 in there because you have the ability with some playmakers, Ben Villazon and a couple other fellas, and put them out in the flat. But, Mr. Sweeney, go ahead.
I kind of watched the routes last week. They were better routes. They run to the open spot where there's no defense. And Cantrell was hitting them right there. And they did make a couple of catches to keep him. He almost was not 6 for 6. They made a couple of great catches. And I think Villazon, one of those catches to the sideline, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Captain's getting set to meet in the middle of the field for the Rockets tonight. It'll be Jesse Lindeman, Big Reggie Pearson, and Liam Bell. For the champions of Cascade, it'll be big number 77, Lance Peoples. He is joined by Logan Morton, 54, by number 2, Damian Byford, and by number 19, Sawyer Lovern. And fellas, we are just a few moments away from a very anticipated matchup here tonight.
Inform the folks at home, T-Roy, records for both teams one more time and let them know exactly what's on the line in this region contest.
Cascade 3-2. This is the region opener for the champions. Rockets are 4-1, 1-0 with a 21-10 victory over Cannon County in their back pocket in region play. For the Rockets, down the stretch they come. Gordonsville on the road next week, then back at home for a huge one against Marion County. Then it is Moore County at home and on the road to finish out the season as they will travel to Fayetteville.
I saw that Marion County 5-0 record, and that kind of scares me. They get contagious. That winning gets contagious down there. They're a pretty tough team.
They have got a great football tradition in Marion County, and those folks, they come out, and it's always fun to go there because they're a very knowledgeable fan base. They get behind their team. I compare it a lot to the Rockets. I mean, they got a lot of enthusiastic fans that will travel, and we see tonight a full group over on that far side right in front of us as the band has made the trip, and a full section of Rocket fans here tonight making the short trip over from Chapel Hill.
They filled all the seats over there, T-Roy. It's pretty much it'll almost to be on the visiting side there. It'll be standing room in a little while if a few more folks make their way because they have found a way to bring lawn chairs to the football game.
Folks, we do want to say that so far we have fingers crossed, toes crossed. We have prayed a lot about this one. Hopefully our signal will hold. As you know, it's always an adventure here at Cascade High School. So far, so good. We hope we can bring you this one here in its entirety and hopefully glitch-free here tonight as the Rockets and the champions get set to go at it one more time. It has been back and forth in the last few years. Ricky talked about the streaks that were involved in this series. Rockets got on a roll in 2014. They won 6 in a row before Cascade came into Forrest, and I will say Max Kirby is not available that night. Rockets win that football game if he is. But he wasn't. Champions won at 17-14. It was the Rockets taking a 24-7 win in 21, and then last year, of course, 49-0. Rockets looking to avenge that loss here tonight. Both teams getting set to make their way onto the field. We'll take one final commercial break, and then we'll be back with your kickoff here from the War Trace Bell Buckle Metroplex. You're watching TC Sports 1.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
Rockets have already taken the field, and now the Cascade crowd will erupt as the homestanding champions will make their way onto the field. As we said earlier, Cascade is coached by Jake Tyre, who has done a really nice job in building this program here at Cascade High School. On the other side of the ledger, Coach Eli Stevenson, now a veteran, as he will be assisted by Ryan Bridges, Jason Hill, Tony Johnson, Zach Russell, Chad Harden, Mr. Larry Rojo Chapman, and Joseph Haynes. The athletic trainer is Shane Raymer. Rockets are going to get the football first, hoping to ring the bell. Either way, Eli and Liam deep to receive for the Rockets, and they will await the kickoff of the sophomore, number 9, Gabe Perez. And we were speaking to some of the Cascade folks, and they said Perez decided this year he was a soccer player, wanted to learn how to kick the football, and has taken to it like a duck to water. Just barely missed a 46-yarder last week. So he has definitely got plenty of leg as he will get set to begin this one here at the stable in Cascade High School. The Rockets and the champions. We've been waiting a year for this one, fellas. Here we go. The official gives the signal and Perez approaches. And this one is underway as this one boomed, fumbled at the 5, picked up center of the field. Liam Bell with it, looking for running room across the 20, out to about the 22, 23-yard line where the Rockets will begin there. And fellas, it could have been disaster. Ryan Hill, your opening game quarterback, the super soph, ends up with a knee injury that cost him the rest of this season. Aiden Cantrell has stepped in and performed very well in his absence.
T-Roy, that needs to be repeated. When you lose someone like Hill, the season he had last year, and then come in and lose him so early, is huge. They say next man up, but Cantrell has certainly been superb.
Cantrell from the gun. They give it Bell, and penetration in the backfield, and a loss on the play as one of the captains tonight, 54, Norton, in on the stop. As good penetration by the champions take down Bell for a loss of 4.
And I tell you what, T-Roy, it's going to be key that this offense gets off to a good start. You heard my take. That was only my opinion. I wanted to see the defense kind of get them started, but the offense has the ball. That's the circumstances. This offense needs to get the ball moving and then let the defense be motivated and inspired from the offense.
Other thing you're missing is that big right tackle in Spence Tankersley. As the pass comes out of the flat, caught by G Square, he'll turn it upfield and looks like he'll pick up his first down unless he was ushered out right before the sticks, it does appear. Good job again. We talked about it, fellas. If you load the box, Cantrell has the ability, which he did there, got outside the pocket, and the one thing he has shown is the ability to throw on the move accurately. He displays it very well to Grissom there.
Not only that, but I want to go ahead, G Squared. He used his hands, caught the ball, got upfield, positive gain after the initial contact.
3rd and short, and we've got a penalty on the play. Will it be the Rocket left side of that line moving, or will it be Cascade jumping off sides?
It's going to be huge regardless of what it's going to be. It's going to be a huge play, T-Roy. 3rd and long or first down. It's going to be huge regardless. It looks like it's going to be in favor of the Rockets.
Yes.
T-Roy.
And that's one thing you want to see happen tonight is have a clean game. They have been penalty-laden through these first 5 contests of the season. You want to be able to clean those things up, especially in this kind of atmosphere.
You got your kicker, G Squared, heavily involved. A pass catch and a chance to run the ball there. So keep him involved all day, Coach.
They'll keep everybody in tight. Give it to G Square again. Inside now, outside. Got plenty of running room. Gets to the corner. He'll pick up another first down and get it into Cascade territory. And a really nice job on the right side of that Rocket line, Noble.
I tell you what, I don't know if we'll get a chance to see that again. But as you said, G Squared, how often do you get to say that your kicker has great vision and able to follow the blockers there? I'll tell you what, they're going to mess around and be a running back committee down there. They putting out a factory at the Rockets down there. Anybody, my kicker, I love it, G Squared.
First down on the Cascade side of the field. They give it to Eli Bell and couldn't find any running room there. Good penetration again by Morton as he had some help. But Bell that time looking to bounce it outside, and good penetration by the Champs. Take him down back in Rocket territory for a loss of 4.
You said Morton had some assistance. 2 other fellas, one in particular I seen there, Aiden Jordan, number 24. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Sweeney, that puts them behind the sticks. They're behind schedule, and we're going to have to see Cantrell maybe put the ball in the air, because if they continue to try to run the ball effectively, the Champions have decided they're going to bring 2 or 3 players on a blitz.
They're going power look again. Man in motion, Fletcher Fields. He's going to get it on the pitch. Here comes the freshman. Inside now, tries to get outside, and he had plenty of resistance there. Not a lot of running room there for Fields, as once again stepping up 21, Hayden Dow. And he got help as well, and now it's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it 13 for the Rockets here.
He did get some help, T-Roy, number 7, Dowell, and number 25, Chopper. And I'll tell you what, you can ill afford to be predictable if you're the Rockets. You cannot run the ball every play, because the Champions are saying we're not going to allow that to happen. You're going to have to give Cantrell about 15 to 20 pass attempts in this game.
Bryce Tankersley now in. He is split to the right side of the field on 3rd down as he will roll that way. Comes back across the field. The pass for Fields is incomplete. A little high as they look toward Tankersley, turned back left, tried to dump it to Fields to set up the screen, but good read there by Cascade defensively. It'll bring up 4th down on the incompletion.
Read that the whole way, T-Roy, and I'll tell you what, Cantrell the play was designed only to come to Fields, but I certainly would have loved had he had another option, because Fields stood absolutely no chance, and I would have liked to see the quarterback kind of save Fields from all of that.
Well, here's the thing. When Fields is checked into the game, opposing defenses are kind of keying on him already. So as Cohen Grissom deep to punt it away, gets it out of there. Came very close to getting blocked, but it takes a good Rocket bounce. Will they be able to get to it? No. It gets into the end zone, and the Champs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
T-Roy, I want to bring it to the folks' attention. How special is it that I just seen the Champions try to run the same play that I seen Bill Belichick run on special teams? They brought the young man on special teams, and he tried to take a little emotion, and he was going to try to block that punt there. Hey, I tell you what, everybody's watching, my man, so just like on Sundays, these young men here, they've been paying attention. Scouting report, coach said, hey, I like the play I seen on Sunday. I'll put it in on Friday night.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. We see a little bit there, and now, again, too, though, Noble, they wanted to make sure, they want to try to make something happen here early. They want to get that home crowd in it and bring back some bad memories for the Rockets from last year.
And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a nice chess match. How often will the Champions try to run the ball on this defense of the Rockets?
They're going to look to stretch it out against you. As back to throw. Pass down the sideline. This is going to be picked. Sitting there waiting on that one was Ben Villazon. We talked about it today. The basketball ability, able to go up, high point the ball, and bring it down just like a rebound coming off the rim. Villazon saw that one all the way as Byford dropped back to pass, didn't look off his receiver. Villazon sat on that route and picked it. Big play for the Rockets.
Those at home who were able to view that, it was number 19, Sawyer Lovern there that time, and he went in a route. And I'll tell you what, they're going to call that one again because number 21, Dow was streaking down the hashes, T-Roy. He was open. There was 4 wide receivers who went out. 2 of them looked to be open.
Now can the Rockets take advantage of the turnover? Pass swung out right side over the head of the intended target, Eli Bell. It'll bring up 2nd down. But, fellas, I like what they're doing here.
Say it again, T-Roy.
I like what they're doing here. They're not allowing Cascade to just bunch everybody in that box. They want to spread them out and try to use their athleticism here.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Getting the idea of a pass in their head, it loosens it up a little bit.
And Cantrell, inaccurate that time, but it does maybe open up your running game when you allow the Champions to know we're not going to run it every time.
2nd down and 10 from the Champ 37. Goes to Grissom, and penetration again in the backfield. That play was dead on arrival. Timing thrown off. Everybody in the stands wanted a penalty, and I think the Rockets would have been happy to get one. Caden Hill gets through and gets to Grissom for a loss. It'll now bring up 3rd down and 14. And, fellas, you get a turnover like that, you need to take advantage of it here. Now 3rd and 14 is Cascade's defense. 2 big plays.
it played right into the hands of what we said was key to start the game. You allow your defense to make a play, give your offense great starting position. Offense has to do their job, and I'll say it for you, T-Roy, because you won't say it. A fair broadcast would tell you that play never should have got off. That play should have been stopped.
It should have. Here comes the pressure. Sling it right side. Pass is caught. Villazon in traffic. Lost the football. It came out, and Cascade is saying they have it. Let's see. Villazon got hit. Ball pops high into the air. And we're still waiting for the official signal here.
I think it popped right back in his hand. He lunged forward, and I believe he grabbed it.
It's going to be fourth down,
Fourth down. It would be a 54-yard attempt for Grissom if they decide to do that.
No, sir. We're going to play the field position game and the ideal clearly. And it looks like the offense is back on the field. I thought maybe we might try to punt them and pin them inside the
they're going to give him a shot.
They certainly are.
This will be a 54-yard attempt by G-Square out of the hold of Aiden Cantrell.
He's got the leg.
5 on the play clock. Snap good, set good, kick on the way, just pushed it left. It had the distance, but just drifts left on G-Square, and Cascade will take over after a timeout.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
After the missed field goal attempt, Cascade wasting no time as they go to Hayden Dowell on the ground. He picks up 24 and being brought down by Jesse Lindemann, so the Cascade offense comes to life here.
They certainly did. Barris, number 0, downfield blocking. That was a huge.
Okay, we're live.
And welcome back. Sorry for the technical error, folks. Know how it is. It's just tough to maintain signal here while you were away. If you're a Rocket fan, you probably didn't want to see what we saw here. It was a 14-yard touchdown by Hayden Dowell. Puts Cascade on the board after the point after 7-0. Returned by Bell, and he is stopped down shy of the 15-yard line where the Rockets will begin deep in their own territory. And that's exactly the way for Cascade you wanted this thing offensively to go. They had power running right up the middle with Lovern for about 22, 23 yards, got it down to the 14, and then going off tackle right side, big hole, and a 14-yard touchdown there for Cascade on the payoff by Hayden Dowell.
Hayden Dowell's a nice running back, gentlemen. That young man there hits that second level, and he gets there quickly. He is looking at the linebackers probably as soon as he touched the ball. He's hitting that hole quickly.
And very surprised that he was able to find that kind of running room. Offensive line for Cascade did a nice job up front in getting him a nice hole.
Nobody laid a mid on him.
He's at the second level quickly, Mr. Sweeney. I agree with you.
Rockets spread it out. Cantrell rolls right. looking, cannot find anyone, and now he is going to be forced to eat it. He lost the football, and Cascade says they have it. Indeed, they do. What you want to see here is, did they blow the whistle and call him down? I don't think so.
I got the referee. The young man with the white hat on, T-Roy, has already turned, and he's pointing in another direction. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Joseph Bailey, number 75. He's a sophomore. He looked like the young man there who may have been the last one to grab Cantrell, but Cantrell was under distress for quite a while back there, T-Roy.
Yeah, Cascade got a really good jump off the football, got into the backfield quickly against Cantrell, and Cantrell trying to do something and get rid of the football, ended up losing it. Cascade back up the middle again, and good running room for Dow once more as he's able to muscle it forward, as now after the turnover, Champions inside the Rocket 10 looking to capitalize here and make it a 14-0 game early.
I don't want to make light of what Mr. Sweeney said, T-Roy. This Champions offense, they're getting quite a push up front. There's at least 3 or 4 yards picked up on every running play.
Yeah, right now they are controlling the line of scrimmage as they go left side. Lovern, and he will turn it back inside for the touchdown. Sawyer Lovern, the Rocket fans will recognize that name throughout all sports, but he does a nice job there. And once again, Noble, you saw it. He got a really nice hole on that left side, and one cut, he was into the end zone.
He did, T-Roy, and it was kind of like an opportunity to pull the guard, I believe, and there was a pulling play, and he was patient enough to let the hole open.
This time they're going to go for 2 as they snap it back and get it into the end zone. They spread everybody out on that design play. Byford saw what he wanted. They snapped it back to him, and he inches it into the end zone. So now with 4:57 left here, opening quarter, it's 15-0 Champs.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
And quickly they get it back out after the kick. Rockets take over from their own 24. Play to Fletcher Fields for 10. And the Rockets trying to make something happen now as they try to answer a couple of quick scores. They'll pick up a first down here as they go center of the field across the 40 out to the 41 as they'll move the chains.
I don't know if we'll get an opportunity to see that again, T-Roy, but that's the best play thus far by the Rockets. It was your young man there, Reggie Pearson, number 68. He was blowing his man off the line the way they come off the sled back in the long days, back in the day. Excellent job, Reggie Pearson.
Now the Rockets need to turn around here and score, fellas. I'm talking about early in the game. You still got plenty of football to play, but you need to kind of stop the bleeding right now. They go Fields, coming left, cuts it back inside. Fields will inch it forward out across the 45 out to about the 46. Pick up a 4 there by Fletcher. It's 2nd and 6.
Excellent job by the champions that time. It looked like it had a chance, T-Roy. Fields looked like he initially may be able to get to the edge. You've seen quite a few white jerseys out there blocking, but you have to take your hat off to the champions for stretching it out. And when he cut back, there was someone right there to fill the gap for him.
Here's the thing I like about Fields. Most young men would just run that play out to the sideline. He's got the innate feel that the great running backs have when to cut, how to cut, speed to cut. Did a nice job of picking up some yardage there. And fellas, I think you need to go down here, take a little time off the clock, score, and get your confidence back. It's like taking a shot here early. You got to weather the storm.
And I don't want to pass by what you said about Fields, T-Roy. He's a freshman. And what you just explained takes a lot of maturity for a running back, because a lot of times they want to lean on their speed, and a lot of times they've been playing against younger players or been playing against players that are slower than them, and the speed has always worked for them. And in a game like this, there's going to be some fast individuals out there. This is varsity football at the highest level, so his ability to be mature enough to say, hey, I'm not going to try to stretch this too far. I'm going to get what I can get out of it.
3:12. Clock moving here, opening quarter, 15-0 champs. As they take it down the field offensively and score, Rockets turn it over in the ensuing possession. Short field for the champs. They convert immediately, get 2, and it's now 15-0 champs as they've.
You don't hurt yourself, T-Roy. I know what you're trying to do, but the officials are not sure where to place the ball, so don't dare try to tell the folks at home where it's going to be placed at.
I was waiting there, trying to kill a little time as they put it back on the 49. They go back to the ground. Eli Bell outside. Plenty of penetration again. There's Morton. And he got help once more. That was number 24 getting through, Aiden Jordan. And we've called those young men's numbers quite a bit already here tonight.
And we also called Dow's name as well, number 7. So it may be a few Dow's there, but I will say it again, T-Roy. I don't know if we're going to get to the edge. And what I'm going to say about that, I'm going to take my hat off right now to the champions. Maybe they have some team speed and the discipline to be able to make sure we stay on the interior. So getting around the edge is going to be kind of challenging this evening.
2nd down now for the Rockets as they go back to the ground. Middle of the field, and Bell gets hit once more. There's Morton. From that linebacker position, he's been very active already here tonight as he stops Bell just shy of the 1st down marker. It'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it about a yard for the Rockets.
Excellent job. Chopper, number 25, he's playing a lights-out game as well on defense. He's in the mix quite often. He has a few solos, but he's joined in a lot of contact with Morton as well, but you call Morton's name all night. So if your linebackers are making plays all night, that means your defense is winning, because that means the big boys up front is opening up holes for the linebacker of the field.
3rd down as they go quarterback sneak here straight up the middle. Cantrell got pushed back, but he does pick up his 1st down. He gets into champion territory at the 48. First of all, fellas, move the sticks. Mission accomplished. Now continue to drive. You've got to be noble. Cascade's already played and showed tonight. They're going to be aggressive. You don't want to help them out. This needs to be a penalty-free drive and keep the chains moving here.
And here's what has to happen, T-Roy. A game of chess is going to have to start being played by the Rockets. I was asking for about 15 or 20 pass plays from Cantrell. I may move that up to 20 or 25. They're going to have to give some little short screens or something.
Give Eli Bell, knifing off that right side across the 45. He'll reach the 43 before being pushed back. But again, plus on 1st down. That's what you want. You don't want to be in these 2nd and 12, 2nd and 14 situations. It'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 5 now for the Rockets as we approach the 1-minute mark left here in the opening quarter.
Credit to the Rockets front line that time. I seen Gravy Allen, number 71, downfield, providing a key block for Bell that time. And again, T-Roy, head of schedule on the sticks. Here's what you need from the Rockets.
This time everybody in close. Cascade's going to stack the box and Cantrell to throw. Looks, fires down the field. Man back there overshot his intended target. but there was only one receiver in the pattern that time, as it looked like Branham Haynes was the one in the pattern that time.
And
was that 18?
That is 18, T-Roy. You are correct. That is 18, and he was being guarded by two champions, Barris 0 and number 2, Byford. So he had a lot of work cut out for him, and Cantrell was going to have to drop a dime to get that one in there.
Now 3rd down and 5. This time they'll spread it out a little bit. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 back, Liam Bell to Cantrell's left out of the gun. Man in motion, Eli Bell lost the handle. He's got to try to find it as it bounces forward. And Cascade's going to pick the football up. Champions off the turnover again. Again, not a clean exchange between Cantrell and Eli Bell. The ball bounces forward. The Champs pick it up, and another turnover puts Cascade in good starting field position at their own 39-yard line with 34 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Not a clean exchange that time there from the quarterback to the running back, and what was looking to be an opportunity for the Rockets maybe to get back in this contest, now a result of the defense back out there, and they're gonna have to stop them really this time.
Byford, quick throw right side, set up well, 40, 45, got a block, midfield stripe into Rocket territory at the 43-yard line before finally being taken down. And let's see. Trying to say it was Liam Bell who took the receiver down. That was Saban Burns. But a big gain by the Champs, and they had numbers, Noble.
They did have numbers. Speaking of numbers, number 19, Lovern, and number 21, Dow, downfield blocking, doing an excellent job of blocking. And you drew that up to perfection, T-Roy. You hear me say it often. You want to get your playmakers out in space, and that's what they did.
3-on-2 over on that right side. It was blocked up well, and back to the ground they go again. Rockets trying to strip the football, but holding on to that thing very well was Hayden Dow as he's wrapped up after another big gain. And that'll be the end of one quarter here in Cascade as the Rockets will have to go back and regroup. They trail 15-0. You'll have to count me down, Pete.
Okay. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All Champs after one quarter here at Cascade High School, 15-0, and Cascade on the move again at the Rocket 33-yard line. And fellas, it has been whatever Cascade has wanted to do, they have accomplished here in the opening quarter. They have been precision here in this opening quarter offensively. After that first drive, they have really gotten the offense going and have pretty much done whatever they've wanted.
And T-Roy, here's the extra part of it. Not only have they done pretty much everything they have wanted offensively, which is a shock to me, they've been superb on defense as well. They've been superb on defense. They playing excellent. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw one more caveat in there. Every time they kick the ball off, they have kicked the ball off inside the 5-yard line. They've done an excellent job on special teams as well.
Champions with it. 2nd down now, backs to either side. They'll give, coming left. Not finding an awful lot of running room that time as we've got a penalty marker. And this may be a hold against Pearson. So this may back them up a little bit, but that time the defensive pressure got through, and that's really the first time that we've seen the Rockets get in the backfield and really kind of blow a play up.
And I like how you said it. And defensive coordinator is going to have to maybe dial up a few things. And T-Roy, I know it's 15-0, but they marching. They on the wrong side of the field. We may have to dial up a few blitz or something and bring some pressure this time.
Well, we've talked about playing mistake-free football. We've had a couple of big fumbles already. Couple of penalties here. This time Cascade will get hit with a little penalty bug of their own as the holding play, and the official was right on top of that one. The offensive lineman dragged Pearson down right in front of the official. So this will back them up now as it will be set down at the Rocket 43-yard line. Second down and 19 now for the Champs. Just underway here, second quarter. Cascade on the move, leading 15-0. Lovern to Byford's left out of the gun. Two receivers short side left. As the snap and quickly, Byford sets, got some pressure, gets away from Lindemann, and now he'll just dump this one. Had the pressure coming as Lindemann got there early, kind of blew that one up, and it'll bring up third and long, and I like what Coach Bridges dialed up there with the pressure.
Yes, indeed. Jason Patrick, along with Jason Patrick, number 38, along with Reggie Pearson, number 68. And you already mentioned the fact that Lindemann was back there, number 11. And what they will need is that excitement and that motivation that Lindemann brings. So he needs to probably make a big play, maybe to get this crowd on the other side as well as this defense revved up. And that was a great call, as you said. Coach called dialed up a beautiful one. And I don't mind seeing a couple more dialed up. Bring them.
Got a penalty marker down. The officials were chatting, and then the official just dropped his hanky there at the 45. And let's see what we've got here.
I tell you what, T-Roy, you don't like to speculate, but it's going to be intentional grounding. He was back there trying to get away from the defenders, and he didn't have a wide receiver in the area.
It will be. I'm going to be honest with you, Noble. I thought the guy that he was throwing it at, I thought that was one of the receivers, but may have just been one of the linemen.
It probably was a lineman. I was focused more so on who was putting pressure on, but it most likely might have been a lineman that time, T-Roy.
So that will cost them as well. So this could be a turning point for the Rocket defense here. Get off the field and get that football back. Intentional grounding.
They're going to go with something safe. Watch them put the balls in the hand of a playmaker. Short little pass, T-Roy.
Lovern to Byford's right. There's the heat. He's going to go downfield. Man back there, pass batted away, but then almost caught on off the rebound and the deflection. Noble, who was back there step for step that got a hand on? Was that Landon Groenveld?
Oh, no, sir. You got Burris running the route. He's running the go route. And you're going to love this, T-Roy. It's your two-sport athlete. Number 2, your senior, being Villazon. That's who was running step by step. And he used that speed, and he took that right hand, and he put it up at the last minute, T-Roy. It's the right hand that kept the crowd on this side quiet.
Boy.
Yes, indeed.
I'm telling you, that was almost on the deflection, a catch by the Cascade receiver.
Beautiful pass, beautiful route, even better defense, T-Roy.
Now they're going to try to spread everybody out here on fourth down. 4th and 25. And
we were lined up off sides right there, but Cascade didn't have anybody on the line of scrimmage as well, so I don't know how you rate that one.
Another penalty here will back them up 5 more, so it's back into Cascade territory now. And, fellas, that was huge for the Rocket defense getting off the field.
Keep in mind, defense dialed up a couple blitz, put a little pressure on the champions, pushed them all the way back, and as you said, and then you needed a big defensive play by Villazon to be able to force this punt.
Now, fellas, I think this is where if you're the Rockets, you say, all right, deep breath. We've absorbed a couple of body shots here. We got wobbled a little bit. Now we've got to stand up and punch back. Can you take the football back after this punt and put a sustained drive together and put points on the board?
I like how you said it. You set it up like a heavyweight match. Early rounds, champions hit a couple of haymakers. Rockets didn't go down to the canvas. They got up, maybe a couple jabs, a couple body shots. So all you need is a couple first downs, and I know it's not going to sound very favorable, but if you can find your way to go into the locker room after the way this started, 15-7, T-Roy.
Yes.
That's how you get a couple jabs and some body shots, and you come back out second half and you get a fresh start.
Perez deep to punt now, stationed at his own 34, and there's Mr. Electricity, Triple F, the fantastic Fletcher Fields back at the 20.
He only needs one seam, maybe beat one tackler.
Snap good. Perez punt away. Wobbly spiral, backs fields up, and he'll take the fair catch at about the 15-yard line where the Rockets will begin their 1st and 10. Now, fellas, you cannot play around. Yeah, your defense made a stop. You got to put points on the board. I'm saying sooner rather than later. I feel like this is a very important drive. If you can put points on the board right here, you find yourselves right back in the football game. But if you punt it away and give them another chance to score and they put points on the board, it's going to be a long rest of the night.
It will be. I want to give Mr. Sweeney a heads up. Mr. Sweeney, in a little while, I'm interested in the ratio. I'm interested in how many pass versus runs that we have because I need to see a balanced attack on a night like tonight.
They go scissor inside, breaking a tackle. Here comes Gavin Grissom. Gets outside. They're going to be a penalty marker here on the corner as he will pick up a nice gain, but it looks like this one's going to come back, fellas. And I didn't really see that one, to be honest with you.
I did not either. I was looking at G-Square. I seen him moving and weaving in, and I seen Villazon blocking downfield that time, but I missed whomever they're going to penalize here, T-Roy, for a hold.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see a lot there. It looked like he kind of got in the way, but I didn't see a hold there, and that's what's going to be called, and that's not the way you want to start that drive.
I did see Villazon kind of get in the way, but it did not look like a hold on him. So he was kind of shielding his man at that time. But excellent job of being able to run the ball and get at that second level from G-Squared. Unfortunately, they brought it back, and that is not how you want to start this scenario that you just set up, T-Roy.
Again, we talk about playing clean football, and that's something the Rockets haven't been able to do an awful lot of. They've been heavily penalized, and here they're going to find themselves in another hole after the holding play will bring it back. 1st and 14 now. It's 10:45 left here, first half, as they go back to the ground or right up the middle, hammering it forward, the Belldozer. Liam Bell straight up the gut. And, man, he is just such a hard-nosed, sure-handed runner. He's not going to put the ball on the ground. You give it to him inside, he can pick up the tough yards. He's got enough elusiveness. If he gets past that first defender, he can pick you up 10, 15, 20 yards.
And yards will be tough to get tonight, so I'm glad you said he'll pick up the tough yards because you're going to need a bell cow on a night like tonight, Bell.
2nd and 7. Cantrell, quick drop, throws it out, flat pass, caught. Nicely done. And that's something that may be there. That time Byford didn't see the football coming as Jesse Lindeman makes another catch, and Lindeman suddenly found himself involved on both sides of the football.
And they set a flag on the play. This is going to be huge, T-Roy. I didn't see exactly what it was, but whatever call this is will be huge.
I didn't see where the flag landed. Could it be he was taking some heat? Could it be roughing the passer?
It's on the 20, so that is a good question. The flag is on the 20-yard line, and you may not be able to see it, but I'm pretty sure my man Peter and Miss Anderson got a good view of the 20-yard line there with the flag sitting on it on the 20.
Folks, we may not have quite as involved a broadcast as usual. We're sitting outside. Peter and Caden Shaw's blocking below the knees. Jeez.
That negates that pass. And I'll tell you what, T-Roy, I know it does not count. But here's the thing. Here's why the champions had a hard time defending that. That was a big league play. Cantrell put the ball in the air just as the wide receiver was making his break. That is what they do in the big leagues when it is not defensible at all. You cannot defend that.
But again, all for naught as they back it up after the penalty. 2nd down and 17 now, and they're suddenly back at their own 10-yard line with 10 minutes left here, second quarter. As we were saying, we won't have as many replays, those kind of things tonight. We're sitting outside. Peter and Caden are inside the press box, so our vantage point not bad as they go back to the ground. Eli Bell with good inside running there, but if you're the champs, fellas, you're like, hey, pick up 5. We don't care. We're still 3rd and long.
I tell you what, Gravy Allen in down there blocking. Give a little love to my man Jackson Blakemore, number 57, the junior. Excellent job downfield blocking. Now, I know they didn't do a lot of damage with that run there, but you still need to be able to see something positive. Give yourself a chance, and 3rd and 11, they gave Cantrell an opportunity right here.
Let's see where they go here. Everybody in tight. Rolling right, Cantrell dumps it out in the flat pass, caught Bell. Got a good block, sheds the tackle across the 25 out to about the 27. let's see, Noble, where he is going to be at. Maybe the 28.
T. Roy Lindemann, number 11, your young man there that plays an excellent job on defense. He was the one who peeled back and got that block. Jesse Lindemann freed him up to make that play exciting.
Nice job by Bell of getting what he could out of that one. And as you said, got a great assist from Lindemann up the field. But Bell really did a nice job of trying to take on that last tackle and pick up that extra yard, which right now looks like it's going to elicit a measurement. Fellas, right now, again, it's been very uneven for the Rockets. They've had a couple of nice moments offensively, but they've shot themselves in the foot with penalties. And defensively right now, Cascade kind of put them on their heels a little bit with the way they were able to run the ball in the middle of the field. Rockets made a little adjustment the last time Cascade got a couple of penalties. The Rockets got that defense off the field, got the offense back on, and let's see if what Bell did there was good enough on third down to keep the sticks moving.
And don't forget, T-Roy, is the play previous, other than that, to set them up to be 3rd and 11 to make this possible.
First down by the nose of the football. William Bell, we talked about how tough he is at getting those hard yards. He did just that, got just enough to move the chains.
And I tell you what, I know it won't show up on Mr. Sweeney's stat sheet, but the Rockets have been moving the ball. They just been moving back because of penalties. As you said, if they can find a way to play a clean game, they can find a way to inch back into this game.
Yes, they're going to have to clean things up, but they have moved the football. This time they're going to have Fields in the game as he'll be wing right, comes in motion. They're going to give it to him coming left, cuts it back center of the field. Fletcher eludes the tackle and gets hit hard as he reaches the 35, but again, the burst is there by Fields. You see him hit that hole. He was heading left, and Noble all of a sudden cuts it back inside on a dime, and nice gain on first down for Fletcher.
They're doing an excellent job. Show a little love to Cameron Street, number 65, a junior down there blocking as well. So if we can get some push, you do not need it all back at one time, and I'm sure that's what the coaching staff is telling the young Rockets there. Don't need to get it all back at one time. We still got 2.5 quarters to play.
Fields 4 carries, 21 yards here in the early going. Cantrell back under center. They're going to give it inside scissor here with running room. Once again, getting behind blocks is Fields. Picks up his first down, eludes a couple of tacklers into champion territory, and finally corralled at the 48. Once again, Triple F, the fantastic Fletcher Fields, rips off 17 and a first down.
And T-Roy, if you get an opportunity to see this again, I want you to be able to see 68, your senior, 6'3", 230-pound Reggie Pearson, a big pancake block to be able to free him up that time, T-Roy. And again, the ball is moving and an opportunity to do exactly what we said needed to take place. 15-7 would be the remedy going into the half.
Power set this time. Everybody in tight as Cantrell will fake and roll. Looking, giving ground. Now he'll throw it down toward the sideline, pass in the air, and it is caught. Nicely done by Jesse Lindemann, and he just boxed out the defender beautifully. Just like in basketball, he boxed him out for the rebound, went up and got it. And Lindemann will pick up another first down with a gain of 12.
That's Byford, number 2, Damian Byford, that he boxed out that time. And he just went up and he put his body there and he said, hey, if you're going to knock this down, you got to go over me. T-Roy, Coach Eli Stevenson is giving me what I wish for. I wanted more passing. He gave me more Cantrell.
1st and 10 as they spread them out this time. Back to the ground they go. Inside running as he'll reach the 35. Not a whole lot more there for Bell, but again, fellas, I think that inside game is going to be critical to at least keep everyone honest.
And again, T-Roy, remember, we have not seen Rockets necessarily be able to get to the edge. They hadn't been able to be successful. So that running game you saying between the tackles is going to be huge. But I'm going to keep reminding you, that being able to put that ball in the air is just as huge tonight.
These guys are staying home on defense on the outside.
Yeah, Cantrell on 2nd and 9. Man in motion, Fields. Here comes Fletcher, racing to the corner. Gets outside to the 30. Cuts it back inside, 25 to the 20. 15, 10, and it is Triple F for 6. But we got a 4th F involved, a flag on the play, back at the 29. Triple F, something to behold. The fantastic Fletcher Fields.
I tell you what, they're going to bring it back. but he did it. He did it like big league. He set his blockers up, T-Roy.
Beautifully.
He planted that right foot, and he cut right off the block that time. It was beautiful. The excellent vision for a freshman.
Noble, the thing you love about him, he's headed north and south even when he's going east and west. He's not going sideline to sideline. He's advancing the football forward as he goes toward that sideline. You saw him pick up 4 or 5 yards before he made the cut. But once again, Noble, here we are in this frustrating spot again. You've made another good play, but again, you pulled out the Colt and just shot yourself in the foot one more time.
And that's the issue, T-Roy. That's the part that's going to be a struggle for you to communicate at halftime, is how you can still be in this game.
2nd and 13, back to the ground they go. Here comes G Square, picks his way through the center of the field. Nice gain across the 30 down to about the 24. And right now, the offensive line for Forrest is doing a great job up front, Noble. You see those guys getting off the football right now.
Yes, indeed. 57, Blake Moore, show him a little love. 71, Gravy Allen, show him a little love. These gentlemen here are doing exactly their job, and I got to show one more love. Reggie Pearson, 68, downfield blocking. G Squared did an excellent job also with his vision, keeping his head up and following those key blocks.
And don't forget Drew Glover, center up front as they go back to Bell. Bell outside Eli. Picks up a couple on the play, but once again, Noble, they overcame the penalty. As they pick up a small gain here on first down, and fellas, they kept the drive alive. It hasn't been the clean and crisp drive that you've wanted, but they've started on deep in the Cascade, or deep in their own end, and they've got it into champion territory now at the 23.
They've been milking quite a bit of the clock as well, T-Roy. So, again, what's going to be key is if they can put up these 7 points. So that's going to be key. They need to be able to cut this thing down to 15-7.
Fields is going to line up this time. He and Bell in the same backfield. Turn, give, Bell straight up the middle, gashing it forward. And once again, Noble, you look at the center and 2 guards right there, and they are firing off the football. Nice job in the interior by the Rockets, and they're giving the Champs a little dose of their own medicine with the ground game here.
They are, T-Roy, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, my man, Reggie Pearson, they're going to get tired of me calling his name, but if he keep playing like that, 6'3", 230 senior, Reggie Pearson, keep pancaking.
Champs will take a timeout. We'll take it as well. 5:05 left here, second quarter, in a 15-0 game.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Fields gets outside, cuts it back inside, and Fields, did he get there? Yes, sir. Triple F for the score. The fantastic Fletcher Fields throw in a 4th for this year only. The freshman takes it to distance, and the Rockets are on the board, and that was a huge answer for Forrest.
I tell you what, T-Roy, they got the crowd over there rocking. They are excited. They actually have a legitimate chance, T-Roy, to put this defense back out here. And if they can go into the locker room 15-7, they got to feel like they won.
Oh, most definitely. Point after try by G Square is on the way and splits the uprights. And with 4:58 left here, second quarter, your new score, Champs 15, Rockets 7.
No, they're just pushing each other. Okay, we're on.
And welcome back, folks. Apologize. We are at the epicenter of bad reception here. We've been working on this since 3:30 this afternoon. Thought we had it kind of rectified early, but we're going to continue to struggle maybe here, but hopefully we'll be able to make some adjustments at halftime. Back to the action as Cascade trying to air it out. Byford back there. And this one is going to be knocked away. Fletcher Fields with a great job in coverage once more. Byford tried to look him off and go deep to Hayden Dow. Passes incomplete. And Ricky, we missed one play. There was a 15-yard personal foul penalty against Cascade after a first down. So right now, after the incompletion, it's going to be second down and 25. The ball back at the 31. If you're the Rockets, there's 3:28 left here, second quarter. And you still got a couple of timeouts in the bag. You could get the football back here. And, boy, if you put another score on the board before halftime, looking pretty nice for you. From the gun and back to the ground they go. Ball carrier tripped up. Not a whole lot there. As the Rocket defense getting in the backfield, there's Lindemann again. And he is like the Energizer Bunny. There is no off switch on him. He is full go all the time as he gets in and makes another big stop. And, fellas, we'll keep it here during the timeout as now you get a real opportunity here, Noble, to get the football back with pretty decent field position and maybe put more points on the board before halftime, and it's going to be almost like two games have taken place here in the first half.
Yes, indeed. Tale of two coins, as they say. Jesse Lindemann, as you said, T-Roy, in the backfield. Also, you had back there number 55 as well, Aiden Hendricks back there as well. So excellent job of being in the backfield, and that's exactly what you need. You need to be able to get off the field and give this offense a chance. And as you said, maybe two games here, T-Roy, how special would it be if the Rockets have an opportunity to go in at halftime? And I'll tell you what, I'm okay 15-14. Just kick the extra point, because everything that transpired in that first quarter, if you can find a way to go in at 15-14, I will say it again. You will feel like you won the first half.
Yeah, and the mental aspect is what I really will say is a big one for this group. You have a lot of guys that played in that 49-0 last year. You get down 14-0. Sometimes it's easy to kind of say, wow, here we go again. They haven't let that happen. Now they got to put the stop here. Third down. Byford's going to roll around. Now he'll tuck it and run and slide down at the 35-yard line. Well short of his first down, so the Rockets will get the football back. And Noble, once again, you've got to be extremely pleased with what has transpired. Cascade really, a couple of possessions, they had that short field the one time, but they were running middle of the field with wide gaping holes. The Rockets now have kind of shorted up defensively. Last couple of drives, they haven't found a lot of running room at all.
And Cascade, they were up 15-0. Now, keep in mind, the Rockets turned the ball over, gave them good field position. Cascade had a chance to go for the juggler, but they didn't take advantage of that one time.
Exactly, and that's how this is such a funny game. You have a chance where they could go up 20, 21, 22-0, or 23 if you go for two again, and more or less put this thing away in the first half, because at that point, I think even if you're the most ardent Forrest fan, you're thinking, you know what, here we go again. The defense really bowed their back, picked up the stop when they needed to, and more importantly, the offense, even though they had to overcome some adversity, they took the football down the field and scored and let it not be taken for granted what Triple F did. You get the fabulous freshman, the football, Fletcher Fields, is going to hit pay dirt. And Coach Stevenson said, hey, look, we're going to take the wraps off of this guy. The most he's got it in any one football game has been 11 times so far. He's had, 6 carries already, Ricky, here in the first half?
Yeah, who did we talk about there? I'm sorry.
Triple F. How many has he got?
6 for 53.
6 for 53 and a score. You're like, hey, guess what? It's time to take the wraps off him for good, and let's run him and let him see what he can do. And when you're behind 13-0, giving it to the freshman, that shows you got a lot of confidence in that young man's abilities.
He's earned every bit of it. Come in, high remarks on him, hold him in high regards myself.
Perez, high, short punt. Get out of the way. They're going to get great field position as it bounces out of bounds at the Rocket 43-yard line. Still 2:23 left here in the first half and 2 timeouts for the Rockets as they get the football back.
Yeah, one.
I was looking at the scoreboard. They still had 2 on the board.
Yes, indeed. They utilized some timeouts. Actually, they used one on
These
that.
officials haven't been the most decisive in telling you who's taking the timeout.
They have not. And the first timeout that the Rockets took was on defense on that first scoring drive.
Now, if you're the Rockets, you got to feel good right here. You got a chance to put points on the board once more. and you've got a shorter field to do it with. They begin at their own 43-yard line. Cantrell, Fields in motion. Fletcher's going to get it, but this one will get stopped before he gets started. Looks like the Champs were a little eager there as they're going to be offside, so make it now 1st and 5 for the Rockets. And here's the Fields effect, fellas. Everybody right now is zeroing in on the young freshman.
I tell you what, we didn't give much thought to it, but hey, 15-10 works as well. 15-10 works also.
This thing could have been a whole lot worse a few minutes ago, fellas. We were looking at 49-0 all over again. But this Rocket team has really hung in there. They've taken the punch and have responded, and they get a chance to get in another one here before halftime. Cantrell with Fields in motion. Drops back to throw, fires it down the left sideline. Man back there, it's tipped and almost picked that time. And you had a little hand fighting there between Villazon and the defensive back.
That, I tell you what, that was not the deciding factor. One, he had already locked eyes on the wide receiver he was going to go to, predetermined. But I'll tell you what, Saban Barris, number 0, he had an opportunity like a center fielder just to come get that.
It hung up there.
He just didn't catch it. How about that?
Yep.
I'll just say it that way. He just didn't catch it.
And that's a big drop right now, because if the Rockets can indeed put some points on the board, it does wonders again for momentum as they go back to Eli Bell with a big hole. Center of the field. Bell tries to bounce it outside, but taken down after picking up a first down as they get it into champion territory at the 43. Clock stopped at the 2:10 mark here as they'll spot the football.
Excellent run. It was big brother Liam Bell who kicked out the end on the outside, and Eli Bell, the younger brother, turned inside. Excellent blocking, excellent vision by the running back to be able to follow off the block.
1:50 now left here, second quarter. Rockets 1st and 10 from the Cascade 43. Give G Square. Got good blocking. Shifts his way between tackles. Now bounces it outside to the 30 where he is taken down. And once again, another first down carry and another chunk play is Andrew Dow, number 7, with the tackle.
T-Roy, I want to ask you, Luke Gravy Allen, number 71, excellent block right there at the line of scrimmage. And then you come down a little later on, and Liam Bell did an excellent job of blocking downfield. 2 key blocks on that play. Gravy Allen got him kicked off on the line of
G-Square,
scrimmage.
4 for 40 now as they go back inside Scissor. G-Square again will inch his way forward down to about the 26 as the clock continues to move. 1:15 and counting here in the second quarter. Rockets have got to get back to the line of scrimmage here and get a playoff. There is a lot of time wasting here as it will now be at 1 minute. Haynes now coming in with a play. They've wasted a ton of time getting this play in.
And they trying to save that timeout for a field kicking opportunity, I believe.
50 seconds left. They've taken 25 seconds to get this play off as Cantrell rolls. Fires, pass caught. Liam Bell with it. Now can he get out of bounds? Absorbs the hit, picks up his first down, and gets out of bounds. That is a heady senior play. He accomplished 2 big things. Picked up his first down, got out of bounds.
Brotherly love. Big brother blocked Liam Bell, blocked for Eli Bell earlier. I told you he cut right off on the inside. That time, Liam Bell ran out in the flats. Sure hands. How about that for a running back who likes to run on the inside? Sure hands in the flat, and Eli Bell, younger brother, provided a key block on the sideline on the boundaries, allowing Liam Bell to get out of bounds and save the final timeout.
37 seconds left now. 1st and 10 from the Cascade 17. I don't want 3 here. I want 6. Cantrell rolling, looking, dumps it short. Pass caught. Liam Bell taken down at the 14. Now, did they call 2 plays?
They called a timeout is what they called, T-Roy.
27 seconds left now as they will take the final timeout. Let's take a quick break ourselves.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app.
Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. 29 seconds left here in the quarter. Rockets with it 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted down at the champion 14. Noble, you talked about it. You've got opportunity here to get 2 or 3 passes in at least.
2 passes, not 3. Only 2 passes, T-Roy. 2nd down.
Give Fields. Fletcher stretching it wide. Cuts it back inside, and he'll be taken down. No timeouts left. 20 seconds clock ticking.
Got a flag in the end zone, T-Roy. And I got to tell you, T-Roy, it was 2nd down. You can only throw the ball twice is what I was saying. But this flag here keeps things from getting interesting, because it would have certainly got very interesting around here if that flag wasn't on the field.
I don't care if it is on you. That was a gift. That was manna from heaven.
Like I said, you only had an opportunity to throw the ball twice and maybe get out of bounds one of them, or maybe incomplete pass, but I was not anticipating a run.
Now, 17 seconds left, so you used 12 seconds on that play. After the penalty, that's going to put it all the way back at the 26.
Well, once you count the penalty, you might have been better served to throw an incomplete pass, because this penalty here puts you back. It makes the field goal that much more challenging.
You get down and have moved the football here, you need 6. You don't need a G-square field goal walking off the field. Anything less than 6 here is not a win.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I hear you, T-Roy, but I'll tell you what. Let's keep things in perspective. They had a chance to be down 23-0, T-Roy. Let's just keep it in perspective. You got to keep it real when they go to the locker room. You want to try to put some points on the board. Stay in the contest.
Cantrell fires past sideline, caught. Eli Bell, and Eli gets out of bounds. Nope. Are they still going to wind it? Nope, he could not get out of bounds, so they will not get another playoff. The half will end, and the Rockets do not capitalize. That is a huge, huge development in this game. Rockets get the football back, just under 3 minutes left, got a timeout, and they do not even get a shot at a field goal. That is big. First half in the books, 15-7 Cascade.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technologies such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
And welcome back here at halftime with your score, Cascade 15 and Forrest 7. And fellas, certainly not where we thought we would be sitting early in this game. Cascade comes out, a couple of rocket turnovers. They take full advantage, put 2 touchdowns early on the board, and look like they may be looking for a carbon copy of last year as they had the football in plus position with a chance to go up 3 scores. Rocket defense stiffens. They drive down the field, pick up a score, and then Noble had a chance to put another one on the board before halftime. Missed opportunity by the Rockets. They go to break 15-7.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. Few issues there. Maybe a little clock management issue. And when I say clock management issue, I mean the home team. They owe us absolutely nothing as a visiting team, but they did have one timeout out there, and I'm not sure if we were real certain how many timeouts we had there, but they did have one timeout out there, but clearly we didn't have any timeouts, and that would have been an opportunity because it was second down, and it was maybe an opportunity for us to maybe throw 2 passes when we called our final timeout, but each one of us was under the impression that maybe, I said it out loud real clearly, there may be 2 opportunities to put the ball in the air for an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
I think it may be a case where we looked up at the clock and thought maybe we still had one timeout. And I'm just saying that to you as clear as day, T-Roy.
Yeah, and we talked about that. There's got to be some communication on that sideline to say, you know what, we can't run the football here. We don't have a timeout remaining. No matter what the scoreboard says, we don't have a timeout. So somebody on that sideline has got to be in Coach Stevenson's ear and say, okay, look, we don't have a timeout. You can't run wide because if you get tackled, you don't have time to take the luxury of getting a play in from the sideline. The clock's going to continue to move. Now, a couple of things we pointed out, we were talking about during the break. You get Fields to the sideline. He's a competitor. You thought maybe you don't think he could have gotten out of bounds. I thought maybe he could have gotten out of bounds where if you're an upperclassman, you may say, you know what, I'm just going to fall on the sword here and take it out of bounds and stop the clock. You didn't think he could have gotten there.
I don't, T-Roy. And when you get a chance to go back and look at it, here's the thing. First of all, Fields is lined up on the short side of the field. He went opposite field. He went long side of the field. And this defense, we have been highlighting the fact that they are stretching them wide. They're not letting you go around the corner. Fields got tackled well in the field of play. He couldn't get out of bounds. Now, if you fast forward, there was an opportunity at the end right here where I think the coaching staff was not certain there was no timeouts, which means that was not communicated to the players. There was a potential chance for the wide receiver right here once they caught the ball to get out of bounds. Maybe he thought there was one more timeout, and he tried to make what you consider when you're a high caliber athlete, you try to make the extra play, and you stay in bounds and want to juke him and get more yards. Rather than going out of bounds, he stayed in bounds and got tackled inbounds.
Well, here's my thing. I'm going to go back to 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. You have the football first down with 1:15 left. you don't get a playoff until 50 seconds. There were 25 seconds that you let go off the clock running a play in from the sideline. That's unforgivable. You've got to have better clock management late in the half.
And I'm going to let Mr. Ricky Sweeney speak, because here's the thing. If we're going to be fair in our broadcast, I'm going to also ask the coaching staff to be fair when they go back and review the film. Because I have been a player, and I've had a lot of coaches that show up on Mondays, and they've shown me some film, and they've always been eager to show me what I did, and they highlight those plays.
When I saw them getting up on that last play that we didn't go out of bounds on, they were frantically going to the line of scrimmage. So that tells me that the players knew that they didn't have a timeout.
So I don't know. That's a missed opportunity. That's points that you basically did not get. You should have gotten at least 3. But, Noble, when you got down to the 15-yard line here and you still had over a minute left in the contest, you got to put points on the board. That's a win for Cascade.
It is a win for Cascade. And here's the thing, T-Roy. I want to be real clear. Time management. Let's just call it time management.
It is.
Let's just call it time management. But here's the thing. You work on those things in practice. And you have scenarios. I don't care what sport it is. You have situational football is what they call it. But you have moments where you say, here's the situation and here's how we're going to play it. It's the coach's job to be able to play those scenarios out and those situations out. And here's the thing. Everybody knows when you get in situations like that, if you decide to run the ball, you have to have 2 plays already called in the huddle.
Exactly.
Because we have to come back and huddle again. And you highlighted the fact that there was a play that was ran in from the sideline. And I'm trying to tell you, you always talk about that sense of urgency. It did not exist in this time management right here at the end. And here's the part that I hate. What I hate is that somebody going to want to highlight the fact that the players didn't get out of bounds. And I'm begging you not to put this emphasis on the players is what I'm asking you to do. That was not a situation. Everything should have been communicated appropriately to the players, but time management could have been handled differently by the coaching staff.
No, and I think you make a great point there, because I didn't mean to infer that anything other than the play was called. Fields is trying to make something happen.
Fields couldn't get out of bounds. I'm going to go ahead and let you know. When you go back and look at that, he did not have the ability to get out of bounds.
But I'm not calling a run play in that situation.
And that's what I would love for you to put emphasis on is if we do call a run play, let's just say we do call one. It had to be 2 plays called in the huddle, and the team has to be communicated that I need you to line up and watch this, Mr. Sweeney. I want you to tell everybody exactly what was called in the huddle. We're going to run the ball, but what was called in the huddle if we run the ball? What did they call in the huddle?
Yeah, you got to spike the ball when necessary. That would have been a good time to spike it.
So that means we run the ball on 2nd down. And if we don't get out of bounds, you line up and you spike the ball, which means you spiking it on 3rd down, which means the play is dead. Now we bring in the kicker. That's what should have been called in the huddle.
Now, you think about, look at the score right now. The score is 8 points. Now, you put even 6 on the board. You don't have to worry about having a touchdown late in the game. That's when Grissom becomes your biggest weapon. Now you have rendered him ineffective because you still got to have 8 at this point. 5 doesn't help you. Even if he kicks a field goal, it's a little bit better. But you should have had 6 right there. I don't care. I just don't care. I'm very frustrated because you had a chance right here to take momentum heading into halftime, and you didn't get it.
I want to say something about our defense. We started off this game, Sawyer Lovern 20, 22, 7, 12, and they didn't give him the ball again. Those plays, Dowell 24, 14, Damian Byford 3, 18, and then the next running plays they've got is 1 yard, 5 yards, 3 yards, 10 yards, 1 yard, 0 yards. So our defense stepped it up. Cascade came out aggressive, playing at a different level. Looked like a video game. They were going ping, 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 like Ricochet Rabbit. And boy, they had it going on. And then the Rockets did something, turned the sound down, if you will, and they got back into this ball game.
They brought a couple blitz, and they brought a couple things that allowed them to put a little pressure in the backfield. And once we did start to see a few white jerseys in the backfield, it changed a couple things. But it was that push up front that the champions were getting in the first quarter that was the big difference.
Now they're relying on Hayden Dow, which he's a great runner, but they didn't give it to Chastity's boy Sawyer Lovern here. He's got 4 carries for 61 yards. They quit giving it to him.
Yeah, and that's, that's another thing that you're looking at. And this has just been a really strange first half, and I just really thinking I hate to harp on that point, but I'm just saying missed opportunities were left on this field here in the first half. It's frustrating as a fan. Players, you watched Eli Bell trying to get out of bounds here at the last play of the half. He's fighting, twisting, turning, trying to get out of bounds.
I think that tells me he knew he didn't have a timeout left as well.
And here's what I want to ask, T-Roy. You keep emphasizing that they missed an opportunity to score 6. What I want to ask is this. They did miss an opportunity to score 3.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how you get the 6 part, because I know time management, but I don't know exactly where they was going to get 6, because we did continue to hurt ourselves, but I don't know where the 6 was at, because it still required some work, but the 3 was there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you get down to the 15, you're in the red zone with 1:15 left. I mean, come on, you run the football right in the middle of the field.
I don't disagree, but let's not discredit the fact that the champions also was going to participate in if you was going to get 6 or not.
Sure. We ran 2 plays, one on the 17, one on the 14. Then there was a weird penalty mixed in there. I still don't know what that penalty was, but nonetheless, we ran 2 plays, one from the 17 and one from the 14. With some great opportunity there.
And you make a point. Cascade's defense had been good, but what you don't give yourself that's the thing. You didn't give yourself a chance. You don't know. I mean, you basically here just shot yourself in the foot. You didn't give your players a chance to put those points on the board. If Cascade stops you, you take your hat off, go to the locker room. Hey, we got 15-7. We got to come back out here and buckle up second half. Right now, you're walking in the locker room going, you know what? We should have had at least 3, maybe 7 out of that.
Now, this is going to be an emotional start to this third quarter. That could have fired Cascade up, and they could come back out and do what they did in the first quarter. Or the Rockets could say, hey, we should have done better. And they could come back out and play like they were playing. It's mental now.
It is mental, Mr. Sweeney, but here's the thing. It can be dangerously mental for this aspect. You talk about being fired up. What if the players walk in there with their heads down, feeling as though they left some points down there?
I hope that's
mental.
for either team.
You see what I mean? That's mental when you walk in there. And
that's why I'm upset.
That's mental.
This has turned out to be a great football game.
It has.
That's why I'm upset. All right, I'm gonna cool down here. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back after this.
play.
And welcome back. Certainly been treated here at halftime. Both bands have performed, and the football game has been matched by the performance of the bands here at halftime. Equally good.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, this is a good band right here. These are great bands.
Yes, indeed. They pulled all those stops out there, gentlemen. They gave you everything you came for.
Yes, and fans will gladly let the teams get a little bit more of a breather here at halftime as they take in the performances. Fellas, again, you come out here. Ricky, let's take a look at halftime stats.
All right, the Rockets actually, after a slow start offensively and a couple of fumble turnovers, actually outgained Cascade at the end as Cascade's offense, Rockets figured it out after a little while. Rockets 26 rushing attempts for 130 yards. Cantrell, a good night passing again, 7 of 11, no interceptions, 62 yards. So total offense for your Rockets of 192. Cascade only rushed it 14 times for 140 yards, 1 of 5 passing, 1 interception for 1 yard. So the Rockets win the total offense battle tonight, 192 here in the first half, 192 to 141. And individually, Fletcher Fields, 6 carries for 53 yards, and the lone Rocket touchdown. Liam Bale, 6 carries for 16. He gets those hard yards, and he's doing it again tonight. Same thing, very consistent, Liam Bale. Stats don't jump out and grab you, but boy, guys, he's getting it done, both offense and defense tonight. Eli Bale, 7 carries for 21. And Gavin Grissom, a good night running the ball, 5 for 42. Cantrell, 2 carries for -2. And again, the passing, it's a good 7 of 11. I'll say it again, for 62 yards. Bale's caught 3. Gavin Grissom's caught 1. Villazon's caught 1, and Eli Bale has caught 1. Individually for Cascade, Damian Byford, 4 carries for 27 yards. Sawyer Lovern, 4 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Hayden Dowell, 6 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
Mr. Sweeney, let me ask one more time. If you could, I heard 11 pass attempts.
Yeah.
How many rushing attempts? Because I was going to try to get the ratio there. Because I certainly love the fact that the coaching staff decided to put the ball in there a little more often. But I have 11 pass attempts.
Yeah, I like the ratio. 26 rushing attempts, 11 pass attempts. So 37 plays for the Rockets. Only 19 offensive plays for Cascade. It's hard to believe.
That is hard to believe, and they made the most of them early.
They did it all early.
I tell you what, I think what kind of skewed those rushing attempts and everything, second quarter, the Rockets had that ball most of the second quarter with that drive. Now, they was getting penalized, but they kept overcoming that, as Troy was talking about. But the Rockets had the ball most of the second quarter, right?
They certainly did. Started at the 10:52 mark and gave the ball up at the 4:58 mark. So over 6 minutes. So right at 6 minutes there.
Folks, we appreciate you hanging in there with us. We tried to make a few adjustments as we can here, but certainly trying on our end. It is just tough to get out here, so we're continuing to try to work as we can and provide you the best signal, best broadcast we can here. So it may be an ongoing effort throughout the rest of this contest here. Thought we had it licked early and had a few things come up on us here as we were rolling along.
We tried to send this broadcast to, I think, to Loudon, Tennessee earlier tonight, and hopefully they're reaching it all the way in Loudon. We appreciate those folks listening tonight.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate you tuning in here tonight. And I tell you what, there may not be a whole lot of folks left at home tonight. It is a packed house here as the visiting section for the Rockets is packed full of blue and white clad Forrest fans, and they're lined up along the fence. Cascade certainly excited about their group here in their first region matchup, and they've got a packed house on this side of the stands as well. So it is a great football atmosphere here tonight. We've still got a couple of quarters left, and this one very much in doubt. 15-7 here at half as we'll take another break, and we'll return with more here on TC Sports 1.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Orton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go! When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Welcome back. TC Sports 1 coverage of Forrest football here on a beautiful Friday night at Cascade High School, where the champions lead at 15-7 in Noble. You're going to get your wish for the second half. You wanted that defense to come out and set a tempo. It'll be Cascade to get the football first here in this third quarter.
And I certainly do, T-Roy. And what I'm probably more interested in also, not only do I want to see this defense kind of stiffen up and get the ball back in the hands of the offense, but I'm eager to be able to see, you all have talked about Fields. Maybe he'll get a few more opportunities. Now, I know I have not been around you guys for a while, but the last time I seen Fields, he was playing a little wildcat and doing some things like that. So it may be a few little wrinkles in here. Now, you certainly know I want to see Cantrell put the ball in there, because I do like the ratio. I certainly like the fact that you had 26 rushing attempts, because I'm not new to this. I'm not expecting them to go more pass than run, but I do like the idea that they have put 11 passes in there in the matter of 37 plays.
I will say this. I have been very critical of time management. I will give Coach Stevenson full credit in the first half. I like the way that they have set up the inside run with that pass to the outside. They have gotten Cascade out of that bunch, out of that box, spread them out a little bit. That allowed the offensive line to take over and create some holes. Now, that part of it, no problem whatsoever. I think he has done a wonderful job with that. Just had that problem late in the half. I think you just got to put points on the board.
I'm going to go to Mr. Sweeney. Go ahead.
A lesser team could have rolled over and just given in. But no, not 15-0 and looking for more.
Yep.
Is Cascade there, and then all of a sudden the Rockets do something, and they say, no, we're going to answer the bell here.
Now, that's the other thing that you got to take your hats off to this coaching staff for.
Yeah.
They have kept these young men in this game as far as mentally. They didn't let these guys get down. They have instilled enough confidence in these young men through what they've done in the first 5 games that they were able to convince them, hey, you know what? We're still in this thing. It happened last year. It happened last year, not this year.
Yeah.
We still got football to play. Let's come back out here and show people what we're made of. And I think that's a credit to this staff, is they kept those guys from getting way down on themselves and just checking out mentally. This group is very strong. I talked about, I think this group's a lot like that 21 group. They're pretty mentally tough, and they all lean on each other. There is no me in this group. Yeah. It's a full we effort.
They've shown that. I can't tell you how many times I've seen tonight where Eli Bell was blocking for Liam Bell, where Liam Bell was blocking for Eli Bell, and Gavin Grissom was downfield blocking for him, and then both Bells was downfield blocking for Gavin Grissom, and then Fields mixed off in there. So I cannot tell you the success that they've had in the running game that Mr. Sweeney talked about. It's been real key and critical that the running backs have participated in that. And also, T-Roy, one last thought. I think the success in the passing game that I'm looking for, the deep ball is not there tonight. I need to see a little bit more of that intermediate, those middle range routes, and get the running backs out in the flat and let them catch the ball and run out to the catch.
I like the way he's throwing it out to the side here. That stretches that defense a little bit, and that's going to free up something in the middle.
Let's talk about this. We've talked plenty about where the Rockets are at. Where are the champions at right now?
They dangerously, that emotional part. Both teams, Mr. Sweeney on the opposite side, they probably think they should be farther ahead than they are.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Exactly. And yeah.
They quit giving it to Chastity's boy, Laverne. Lovern.
You've got to feel like they're thinking to themselves, we're 15-7 right now. We feel like we've won this thing 30-0 in the first half. That kind of thing. So
this thing could have been 28-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on it.
So this is going to be I think this is an interesting drive here to begin with for a lot of reasons. For the Rockets, you get a stop, you get the football back, and you get a chance to, possibly tie this ball game with another score. But if you're Cascade, you say, you know what, we stubbed our toe a couple of times. Let's come out here and assert ourselves once more and get this thing over with.
Mr. Sweeney, real quickly, 2-to-1 ratio turnovers. Rockets got 2 turnovers. Cascade champions got 1.
Right.
A little onside. And did they get it? They got the football. Oh, talk about New Orleans Saints and Baltimore Colts. A Gomer Pyle action here. Surprise, surprise, surprise. G-Square.
How about that, Peter? Talk to me about that one, Mr. I tell you what, Gavin Grissom Sr., 6'2", 195 pounds. This young man here does it all. How about this young man here? He puts a cape on, he comes out the phone booth, and he soars through the air.
Roll the dice for the Rockets, and they hit it big. Jackpot here. Now you got to cash in.
We talked about the defense coming out, getting the ball to the offense. How about the special teams? How about the kicking team come out and get the ball to the offense?
Cantrell, they give it to Eli Bell. Bell slashing his way as he makes a good cut back inside. He'll pick up about 5, and fellas, that's what we were seeing late in the half in that second quarter. They had stretched the field enough. They were being able to run effectively between the tackles. They pick up 4 or 5 there. Without the penalties in the first half, they could have put together some really nice drives.
They could have one more time. Bell and Bell. Liam Bell blocking for his younger brother, Eli Bell. Excellent job. Ahead of the sticks again, gentlemen. If they keep picking up 4 and 5, they'll be in the end zone shortly.
Man in motion, G-Square. He'll get it coming right. Cuts it right back up inside, and there it is. Once again, fellas, the interior of that Rocket line is really doing a nice job up front.
And again, it's them blockers also. Liam Bell, I seen him. I seen Lindemann, and then I seen the big boys down there just getting their blocks in as well. Show my man, Drew Glover. I hadn't had a chance to call his name very often, but the junior, great job, number 64.
52 yards now for G-Square on only 6 carries. Another first down at the champion 35. Inside Liam Bell. First man through, and he is hit by Morton. And we haven't called Morton's name since early on. They've done a really nice job on him, but he gets through that time and is able to corral Bell for no gain.
And the reason why we hadn't called the name very often, Mr. Sweeney alluded to it. In that second quarter there, the Rockets had the ball for quite a while, and they were getting off the ball, and they were blowing them off. Blocking assignments. Everybody was picking up their blocks, and they was getting off the line of scrimmage, and they were getting to that second level, and they were blocking the linebackers in the second quarter.
Bryce Tankersley now your receiver, split to the right side of the field. 2 back set as they go scissor now. G-Square cuts it back inside. G-Square stays on his feet, leans forward across the 35, down to about the 32-yard line. We're going to bring up 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. This is going to be a huge down here, T. Roy, because here's the thing. You are asking yourself, is this a passing situation? But you got to ask yourself, it is the Rockets, and they very well could run the ball. This could be a case where they run the ball, but I'm going to go ahead and give a little heads up. Ben Villazon comes off the field, off the sideline with the play in. Look for Villazon in a little slot out there wide, T-Roy.
I think this is 2-down territory. 3rd down, here comes Fletcher Fields. Cuts it back inside. Fields is on his horse, and he is gone. Triple F has done it again. The fantastic Fletcher Fields. There's a jolt of lightning for you out of the blue. Fletcher Fields takes it to the house, and he is a threat, whether he is at the 3, the 33, or the other 3. He can take it any time, and we see it there. The burst by Fletcher Fields, he takes it home.
They talk about players like Fletcher Fields at every rank of sports, and particularly football. It's a young man, you want to get the ball in his hands as often as you can, because they always say, Mr. Sweeney, he can take any one of them to the house. And those are special players. You don't get them very often when you say at any particular time he can make one player miss and he can shift the defense and he can take it to the house. And you can't say that about very many. We're going to get a delay of game penalty, T-Roy.
Hey, man, he has got an outboard motor. Once he gets to the sideline, he just turns on an extra gear, fellas. When he got free, you knew he was gone. He just senses it, Noble. He's like a thoroughbred. He's like Secretariat looking for the finish line. He sees it, and he is gone.
Yes, indeed. As you said, not only does he have the vision, but he has that extra little gift of the speed and the quickness to be able to get in the second gear. But once he gets to that second level, it's one-on-one. And you heard me, T-Roy, over the years. One-on-one with a back like that, I'm betting on the back.
Point after try by G Square is good. And the Rockets recover an onside kick. Fletcher Fields doing the rest as they take it down the field. They put points on the board, and it's suddenly 15-14. We'll be back.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
What clock management?
There you go. What clock management? They have quickly forgotten about the clock management for first half.
Give it to Fletcher Fields, and that'll erase a lot as he takes it the distance. And, boy, what an electrifying run. 33 yards from Fields. G-Square's point after. We've suddenly got a one-point game with 9:49 left here in the third quarter. And, Nova, early on, you take 15-14 right now.
It certainly would, T-Roy. We talked about it the latter part of the first half into that second quarter there, heading towards halftime. We talked about understanding that you will go into the locker room down, but the question would be how down, what would the deficit be? And we were saying 15-14 was a good deficit. Imagine now the electricity on the other sideline.
Cascade now needing to respond in their own right. Rockets creeping close to the line of scrimmage here. As the give comes, big hole right up the middle to the 45 midfield stripe, and taken down from behind by Fields, and right up the gut it was Lovern. He was kind of a forgotten man. They start him early here in the second half, and he doesn't disappoint as that gets the Cascade crowd back in it.
That is the danger of putting so many in the box, T-Roy. If you mess around and everybody don't mess around and hit the hole, there's a hole right there for him to be able to get to that third level quickly.
So the Lovern, big gain. He's got 99 yards now on the night after that 38-yarder. The officials are going to take the football back and spot this one. Hendricks will get off the field, and they're going to bring Let's see, who is that coming on? Let me look, fellas. Is that? Yeah, it looks like Cameron Orr, I think, that came on.
56, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's Orr. Go back to Lovern, picking his way inside, twisting and turning, still staying on his feet, staying alive. Now he gets a little push. Looks like a rugby scrum now as he'll get close to his first down marker.
Getting ready to get a whole lot of offense second half. Look like both teams have come out, mess around and get points at a premium of me.
Now you go back and say, hey, how big were those points at the end of the first half?
We thought they were big then, T-Roy. We're going to always think they big. Yes, indeed.
Especially in this kind of game right now, because as you said, everybody is just they've just dropped all defense. It's just throwing haymakers right now.
Yes, indeed. I know it's early in the third quarter, but defense is not where either team is standing at the moment.
It's like Apollo Creed and Rocky. They're just standing there slugging it out in the 14th and 15th rounds. It's not fancy, but it's effective.
And I'll tell you what, they're going to work this penalty off, T-Roy, and I hope it's not another case of the second half where you start talking to me about the Rockets being penalized. So let's hope that this works again. I tell you what, it's going to be huge enough that it's got a long conference out there, T-Roy.
Yeah, it does. This one looks like it may be the Rockets were backing up. This may be a 15-yarder.
I tell you what, for them to take this long, they may have to maybe penalties on both teams for them to take this long.
We're going to get our signal here very shortly. Personal foul on the Rockets. So this will advance it again 15 closer to that Rocket end zone. So this thing, when they get through marking it off, it's going to be down at the Rocket 10. So Cascade trying to answer quickly here. Approaching the 9-minute mark left here, third quarter. Man in motion left to right as Byford with Lovern to his left. They go inside, breaking tackles, dragging defenders down inside the 5. And that was the quick hitter, Ricky.
T-Roy, those gaps got to be filled. Linebackers got to be in those gaps, T-Roy, because he's getting to that third level, and they once he gets a full speed ahead, they're trying to pull him down. But he's hitting that line of scrimmage, and there's no one meeting him in the hole.
Got it down to the 4 now. And let's see, we're going to have a timeout. Cascade maybe didn't like what they saw. They're going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Welcome back, champions from the 5. Snap it straight back, looking for running room. Center of the field, pushing that pile now. And that whistle has waited. It looks like they were able to burrow it into the end zone. And that's one thing that Cascade's been very effective doing. They just let that running back get in the hole. They've got some size along that offensive front. They just get behind and start pushing. And those backs have picked up extra yards quite a few times. That time getting into the end zone there. And Cascade now has seized momentum back momentarily.
You say they got size on the front line. They got some nice size running backs as well, T-Roy. Those running backs are nice size as well.
Here comes Perez on for the point after try. 21-14, snap high. Set, though, is good, and the kick good as well. So with 8:27 left here in the third quarter, your new score here from Cascade, it's the Champions 22 and the Rockets 14.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cows tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Cascade extends the lead now 22-14, and you look at that two-point conversion that Cascade got a little earlier in the game, looms larger now.
Yes, it does. They had a favorable situation where they were able to get number 2 into the end zone, Byford.
Perez's kick, deep, taken center of the field. 15-20, got a crease. Eli Bell stays on his feet. Eli with a good return, as the Rockets are going to get good starting field position here. Excellent job by Eli Bell on the return. He's got great speed, and we talk about Fields. Maybe Bell gets a little lost sometimes with that, but he is an excellent football player in his own right. That was a good return.
They've been setting up the wedge all night. The Rockets, unfortunately, that's all evening they have not been able to get the return man up to the wedge because the Cascade champions have been getting down there so quickly. That time, Eli Bell's speed allowed him to get to the wedge, and he let the wedge do exactly what it does. It opens up, and you just have to find the crease as the return person. He did exactly that.
From their own 38, they will begin this drive. Give Fields. Cuts it back inside, stays on his feet, across the 40, out to about the 45. And fellas, Reggie Pearson down. He's okay, though, as he'll pop back up. But fellas, just watch Fields as he goes along. It's very hesitant to begin with, but Noble, you see that second of decision. When he commits, he turns it upfield, and boy, he's got such a great first step.
As you said, he's patient. He knows where the hole's supposed to be. He allows his blocks time to form, T-Roy.
2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, and here comes Fields again. Thought they had him initially, and he is going to take a Cascade defender for a ride.
Pretty good size, young man.
Big
as well.
number 75. He got a free ride at the rodeo. That was number 75, Joseph Bailey. And that young man's probably 275. Fields probably giving up 100 pounds and took him for a 5-yard ride on his back. That's the strength of Triple F.
Fields planted that right foot again and went north and south right off the tackle that time. Quick hitter that time once he planted that foot.
9 carries, 100 yards now for Fields. Back to the ground with Eli Bell. Bell cuts it back inside. He'll pick up 5 more. And fellas, no penalties, and you are having your way right now. This is what you want to see. Time-consuming drives and 5, 6, 7 yards at a time.
You got Jackson Blakemore, number 57. He's got a groove going on out there. He's dancing out there, got a little excitement. Reggie Pearson also downfield blocking.
2nd down and 6. Give Fields. Fields trying to get outside. Good stiff arm, but an excellent tackle. 21 gets there one more time, and he's had a great game on both sides of the ball, Hayden Dow.
Fisher was right there on the spot, and we was trying to figure out exactly because Fields got pulled down, and we were trying to see exactly what he got pulled down by, if it was the jersey or what it was. But the official was making it real clear. He was right there on the spot, and Fields is walking off the field. So I don't know about his neck. Let's keep an eye on Fields, T-Roy.
3rd and 4. Now Eli Bell will get a chance as he will get hit after really good penetration. He'll pick up a yard. It'll be 4th down and 3 now, and almost feel like here in Oval, you got to go for it.
This is an interesting spot of the field, and I know you can look up at the clock, but you also have to ask yourself, do we pay field position? I tell you what, I know what you're saying, Troy. I don't mind a punt right now. I really don't mind a punt. I'm always siding on the side that you're still in the game if it's a one-score game.
It is.
And you want to give yourself a chance. But it looked like Coach get paid to coach. So he's coaching. He's doing exactly what you wish for. He's going for it.
Yeah, I think Cascade took the momentum back. You gotta keep yourself in it here. 4th down and 3. If nothing else, you want to try to pull them off. They go G-square. G-square gets hit at the line of scrimmage and nothing doing. Nowhere to go for G-square, and now we got a few little extracurriculars. We got a flag coming, and that may be a huge break for the Rockets.
Auntie Roy, let's play it out. I might be wrong and probably premature. The flag comes after the play, so here's what's going to happen. If it ends up being on Champions, it will be Champions ball because it's turnover on downs, and then they will assess the 15-yard. It still should be Champions ball regardless because they got stopped turnover on downs. So we'll see, T-Roy, but I may be premature in my speaking, but you know me.
It happened
after the fact.
Yeah.
The whistle had been blown, and the running back forward progress had been stopped. Uh-oh.
Oh, I believe he's wrong.
I tell you what. I don't know the rule book he looks out of. So I tell you what. Maybe I don't know. I think he's wrong, but I think he's wrong.
I'm with you, Noah, because I thought dead ball. It was over.
Yeah.
Then it's going to back them up 15. You were correct.
Hold on. Let's throw this scenario out. Maybe the whistle hadn't been blown. How about that?
At any rate, Rockets get a huge break. Fields looking for running room, eludes one tackle, but cannot shake the second as Morton gets there to take him out of bounds. Gain of a couple for Fletcher, but fellas, mark it. We're about the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. This could be a huge, huge juncture of this game.
I tell you what, Troy, Fields, he tried to fight through that, but I don't think he has any business coming back the rest of the night. He did come back on, and I commend the young man for fighting through it, but that previous play, not this one, but the one earlier where he kind of got pulled down, it jarred something around his back and neck area.
Back to G-square they go. Center of the field just keeps cutting it upfield, and fellas, he's finding plenty of green grass and open pasture there in the middle of that field. Across the 20, down to about the 17-yard line.
G-square is having an excellent game of running the ball, and you got to give a lot of credit to these linemen up here. And T-Roy, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm comfortable saying what you're going to probably say in a second. At this stage, we're not kicking any field goals. I know what's on your mind. I've been around you long enough.
3rd down and 2. G-square, 9 carries for 63 yards now as he's having an outstanding night as well. Champions jump.
That's 5 free yards, T-Roy.
Now, you have to think about the Rockets had been the team making the mistakes early. Now the Champions have made a couple of big ones here that have kept the drive alive.
And that's the thing about sports. You just hold serve, T-Roy, and unforced errors on the other team. So just do your part, and things will kind of balance themselves out.
Boy, think about it, Noble. Had them stopped on 4th down, you would get the football back in plus position.
Yes.
After that, now commit the turnover where they keep the drive alive as they go back to Eli Bell looking for the corner, and Bell gets slung down rudely as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up a yard, but not a lot more.
My man, you said he got slung down rudely. Is there any other way to get slung down?
There's another penalty marker. After this one's over, another marker comes flying.
Oh, that's going to be half the distance this time. They just giving 6 points away this time.
I'm telling you. Not that the Rockets are complaining by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe a little frustration has crept into the champion side, Nova. We haven't seen that throughout the night. They've been the ones that have played mistake-free football. Now the champions are beginning to make those mistakes that the Rockets hopefully can take advantage of.
They are certainly shooting themselves in the foot. I didn't see them really walk the penalty off, did they?
I didn't either. That's what I was waiting on.
They haven't yet. They've had summit that they have in the conferences.
They're having a zebra convention one more time.
Hey, I tell you what.
They've had that thing enough. They probably should have stayed overnight.
They have been conferencing quite often. Look at that.
So this one's going to end up. Let's see where they finally put it down. I think inside the 5. Back to Bell they go. Liam just bulldozing forward. And fellas, he picked up a couple of tough yards there. He should have been down at the line of scrimmage. He was able to fight off a would-be tackler and get that ball down another couple of yards closer to pay dirt. Second down now, as it looks like it's about the 3 at this point.
That's a real mature play by the senior running back. He broke a little tackle, and he dove forward, T-Roy, and stayed low so he would be positive with the game.
Can pick up a first down without a touchdown here. 3rd and 1, Eli Bell, and he gets into the end zone. Eli Bell running around that left side, and he got a great block on the corner. Bell does the rest, and the Rockets answer right back.
T-Roy, we got some fireworks, my man. Here we go. Hey, you don't need analytics for this, my man. Everybody know you have to go for 2 right here. You don't need analytics for this one.
22-20. Rockets looking to get square here. 2:56 left here in the 3rd quarter. This one has turned into an old-fashioned slobber knocker as both of these teams just coming out and throwing everything out the window. They are leaving nothing in the playbook.
Tell of 2 halves, T-Roy, as you said. So we like I said, at a premium second half.
So now all important conversion attempt here. They're going for 2.
Whatever you dial up, Coach, it's got to be something you've been working on. They still got to – now they got to try to figure out what the flag in the end zones for, T-Roy, and I'm going to assume this may be a case of, you said frustration. It may be a few little emotional hotheads or something going on out there.
I'm going to tell you, they're not exchanging phone numbers when they're talking to each other between plays right now. They're not getting on their Facebook or any of that kind of stuff. They're not tweeting each other, giving out their addresses. They're probably saying some things to each other on this side. This rivalry is intense.
I'll tell you what they have done. They have intensified this 2-point conversion. They have made it even closer.
Even closer.
Hey, I tell you what, you know my favorite play. How about calling Cantrell's number?
I like that.
Hey, call Cantrell's number. Let's not make this thing any difficult. Let's get a big old push. Cantrell, get up there, survey the defense, touch him on the buttocks, and let him know which side you want to go, Mr. Glover.
This is mano-a-mano right here. They go G-square. He burrows his way home. He reaches the promised land, and we are deadlocked at 22. And here the fireworks go after it's over with. Boy, we're going to have an interesting end to this one. Hang on to your hats, folks.
We're going to have another 15 yards going to be assessed on the kickoff, T-Roy. 15 yards assessed on the kickoff.
We're going to keep it here till they sort everything out. But right now, this Rocket team has been re-energized, and very uncharacteristically for the champions, they're coming apart at the seams right now, Noble.
My man, it's like a softball, Mr. Ricky Sweeney, when they've been hitting that thing like the Lady Rockets be hitting all the time. It just the seams done come all out of this one.
Got another penalty marker. This one's going to be on the Cascade sideline. Wow. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and while they sort this one out, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Hey, extra level of intrigue, folks. Hope you are enjoying this one. We certainly are being entertained. 15-yard penalty on the 2-point conversion. It now is being kicked from the Cascade 45. And Ricky Sweeney, what do you think?
I think it's a good shot for another onside kick.
I'm right there with you.
Let's just be clear. The ball has to get to the 35-yard line, gentlemen.
This is Noble. I wouldn't be mad at you.
Hey, there you go, Mr. Sweeney.
Cascade thinks it's happening.
Coach, I wouldn't be mad at you. How about a little swoop kick right in between the two deep backs?
G-Square says, I'm just going to try to kick it through the uprights from here.
He took all the suspense out of it.
He did. He kicked that one. It was good.
Hey, I tell you what, I didn't have an issue if he kicked that in front of the two backs right there and try to chase it down. And that's a short distance. If you can put that ball and get that thing in between those, maybe high up in the air or something like that. Yes, indeed. Get that thing in between those two deep return men there.
Now Cascade with the football once more. 22-22. 2:56 left here in the third, and right now, momentum back on the side of the Rockets.
Tell you what, Mr. Sweeney, we talked about the mentality, the mental aspect. Whoever got the good mental game will win this game.
Yeah.
Man in motion, right to left now as Cascade has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Back to the ground. Lovern able to get free initially, but then Lindemann right there to clean it up. The penetration. Let's see who got there first. That blew the play up. That was Glover, I believe, that got there first. Drew Glover.
It's an excellent job of getting in the backfield and timely as well, T-Roy. With all this energy in here, how about that electric play there, T-Roy? You want to get in the backfield and get it real excited. So emotions are going to have to be cooled. Otherwise, they're going to probably start ejecting a few players in a little while.
Lindemann cleaned it up. Only a 1-yard gain now, 2nd down and 9. Man in motion again. Give up the middle. Working his way through traffic, getting very close to his 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot. Tankersley there to clean it up. Got some help. And he did inch it to the 30. So 1st down champions as they go back to the ground. And both of these teams really challenging the other's defense with their interior line play just coming right at them.
Can you believe it's still the 3rd quarter?
Here comes Lindemann off the edge. They run the other way. Big hole across the 40 out to about the 45. That time Cascade had the correct play call as Lindemann was coming hard off the right side. Cascade ran to their right, away from him, picked up a quick 13 and another 1st down at their own 45.
They got the sticks moving.
Or 15.
Yes, indeed. They got the sticks moving. So it looks like everybody's in check now. Defense going to stiffen up. They got 9 in the box.
Fumble, and the Rockets have it. Cascade puts it on the turf, and it's Branham Haynes. Thank you very much.
Right there, Johnny on the spot. Right there, that 9 in the box there. They were bringing pressure, and ball was laid on the ground. Opportunistic right there. T-Roy, you know how I like to call it every once in a while. That right there, that's your game changer.
That is a game changer. Now the other thing is, can the Rockets take advantage of the break?
I tell you what, all roads point in that direction right now. They've been rocking, so all roads are pointing in that direction.
Cantrell under center. One receiver to the left as they go Bell, and this one's going to come back. Noble, they weren't set when they snapped the football. Had some confusion on that left side, and it'll cost them 5.
Yes, indeed. Coach having a conversation. He's trying to clear it all up. They're going to start off at a deficit right here. Going to kind of put themselves in a hole. But here's the thing. It's still 1st down. All they got to do is just chip away and maybe pick up about 7-8 on this play.
That's what they haven't done to themselves here in this first part of the 3rd quarter. Very efficient has been Cascade picking up the penalties. Now the Rockets pick up a big one. 1st and 15 now as the ball spotted down at the champion 46.
It might not be this play. Cantrell need to put the ball in the air.
Give. Trying to weave his way through a hole in the middle of the field, not finding an awful lot of running room there is Liam Bell. Picked up a couple. But once again, Noble, you know if you give Bell the football, you don't have to worry about what just happened to the champions on the other side. He wraps that football up very tightly. He is very good in ball security.
Ball security. I like how you put it, my man. I don't know if they teach that to him or he just came with that, but he is certainly going to be secure with the ball. I would like to see the ball go in the air sometime soon.
2nd and 15. Back to the ground. Eli Bell, and same result. Cascade penetrates again, and now be 3rd down and 15.
It's not a time to be predictable. I know y'all tired of hearing me say it, but you got to keep the champions. You got to keep them guessing, and you don't went away from the passing game. You got to take advantage of the fact that you had a nice balanced attack in the first half. You had 11 pass attempts and 26 rushes.
No, well, they got tight that time. When they've spread the champs out, that has allowed them the room to run inside. That time they had bunched everybody up in a power set, and Cascade had everybody in the box awaiting the ball carrier. So now you're 3rd down and 15.
3rd down in obvious passing situations, but let's see if it's obvious to everybody else.
Landon Groenveld, receiver to the right. Back to the ground with Fields, and they're looking for number 1. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So they ran the ball on 3rd down. And I'm with you, Noble. That's, to me, a sure passing down at 3rd and 15.
Well,
injured champion.
Yes, it is. We got a player down, T-Roy.
So they're going to get out to try to attend to him quickly. And, fellas, again, how important momentum is in this contest. Cascade fumbles the football. Rockets had everything going for them. What do? First thing, 5-yard penalty. Puts them behind the sticks. They can't overcome it.
And then what's the second thing they do? Run. What's the third thing they do?
Run.
What's the fourth thing they do?
Run.
And now here we are, T-Roy. And I'm just saying to you, do not put yourself in a situation where it has to be an obvious passing situation when you have an accurate passer and you have shown the ability to throw the ball in the flat and have a little intermediate route and be successful.
Well, and we're not talking either, Noble, that you want to just air it out down the sideline. We're talking 10, 15 yards safe route. Get a guy in space, break a tackle, get your first down.
And that's all we're asking for. At least give yourself at least a 4th down in a manageable situation. That's all I was asking for.
As they attend to the injured champion. Let's take a break, and we'll return after this.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Logan Morton, who has been all over the field defensively for the champions tonight, he was the injured Cascade player. He is able to get up and, under his own power, make it to the sideline. So now 4th and 15 for the Rockets as time expires here in the 3rd quarter. So let's take another quick break. We'll be back. 4th quarter coming your way next.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires in alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Welcome back. 4th quarter set to get underway, and it has been a barn burner here at Cascade High School. 22 apiece as we head to the final frame. And folks, we hope that the picture will hold up for you. We made some adjustments throughout, so hopefully we've got a good set now, and maybe we'll be able to give you great pictures to go with what we hope will be a great fourth quarter.
Appreciate you being loyal and staying with us.
It'll get underway with a rocket punt. Cohen Grissom, no rush. He'll get it out of there, end over ender, away from the returner. It will kick high, and the Rockets will down it. Good job by Grissom. It will make Cascade begin with a long field here as we begin this fourth quarter.
Got a penalty. They're going to have to assess that off, T-Roy, so got a penalty.
What would this last quarter be without a penalty marker?
And
we had a play that hadn't had one?
Well, it started the quarter. How about that? So we start almost the same way we end. How about that? Interesting.
Grissom kicked it inside the 20, down at the 16. Did he pick the penalty marker up?
He's finna tell you exactly what it is. He didn't pick it up.
It's not real clear on his signals.
No.
Every penalty, almost every penalty has been an illegal shift motion.
So this is going to cost them. It's going to cost the Rockets.
I think they're going to make them re-kick it.
I was about to say they were going to take it out there to start with. I thought that had to be a 15-yarder, but
I think the blocking person, the up back, if you might call it, was in motion, and he called that on the Rockets for some reason.
Grissom with a good punt the first time. If you're Cascade, do you come after him?
Yeah, they're Cascade's thinking that they're going to have a shot at blocking. Well, the ball's still at the 46.
That's what I was about to ask. Did we not just start there?
Nothing's been marked off.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I need you to keep an eye on Joel Anthony, number 12, coming off the edge right here. Keep an eye on number 12, Joel Anthony.
We still haven't marked any penalty yardage off.
We haven't had our summit yet. We have to have a summit before we can do it.
Exactly, yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, the officials have lost the respect of everybody around here. Y'all gotta, yes indeed. The fans.
You know when you made both sides mad.
Yes, indeed. I don't think they
You're having a rough evening.
They don't have a fan in the stadium.
Grissom set to punt it away. Here comes the rush. Just got it out of there. High spiraling punt, calling for and making the fair catch. And fellas, at the 15, 16-yard line, we're right back where we started.
Hey, there you go. So
after all of that, we're going to end up exactly where we were before the penalty.
Successful punt gotten off that time by Cohen Grissom, and great job that time making sure that Joel Anthony was not able to get a great jump and be able to get in there and block that one.
Noble, that was Grissom because he was untouched. He came in, as you said, watch him off the corner. He came up to the line of scrimmage and came unblocked.
He certainly did, and he had his eyes set on that, and he was geared up and trying to get a jump. He just didn't get a great jump. Great job, Cohen Grissom, recognizing it.
Now the Champs back with a football. They go to Lovern. Lovern trying to get outside. Again, pushing forward as he will cross the 20 out to about the 24. Good pickup on first down there by Lovern. He's over 100 yards now.
Yep.
And he's earned them here lately. He certainly earned them lately. And as Mr. Sweeney said, he was successful early on, and Coach kind of forgot about him and went away from him.
Second and a couple now as we approach the 11-minute mark left here in this contest. 22-22. Rockets looking to go 2-0 in region play. Cascade trying to pick up a region win. This is their opening region contest. Play clock at 6 now. Byford gets everyone set. Snap comes back at 2. They go back to Lovern, picks his way through the hole. Now gets outside, turns the corner, picks up his first down and more. And fellas, once again, he's broken a lot of tackles tonight.
He certainly has. And I got to ask a question to Mr. Sweeney, T-Roy. I don't remember, when was the last time that the champions put the ball in the air? So you may want to start bringing some folks, because they may love me to sleep and they may get me, but I hadn't seen them threaten at all, certainly not downfield.
That's how they won the game in 20, is because they did lull the Rockets to sleep and went downfield a couple of times. But I'm with you, Noble. Until you prove you can beat me, I'm going to sit on the run game. And that time they came and made a big play, one that they desperately needed. The ball went to Hayden Dowell, and he lost a couple.
They did, and I tell you what, the Champions coaching staff may have to consider that. They're going to have to try to keep this Rockets defense honest, and it may not be a bad idea for them to consider putting the ball in the air or at least take advantage of this aggressiveness and maybe run a little screen play or put a running back out in the flat or something.
Noble, I'm not sure whether it's Cascade's runners or our defense is missing a few more tackles. There's been some broken tackles tonight that we don't usually see. Out of the backfield, they'll swing it. Over here on the corner again, Rockets tried to blow him up, and he'll break free and get very close to his first down. That's Lovern. And once again, Noble, not wrapping up. They came to apply the big hit, and Lovern just bounced off of it. He's like a pinball bouncing off of a flipper, man. He just keeps going.
You said it in a real nice way, T-Roy. Cascade Champions, the coaching staff, they did put the ball in the air. They put the ball to a playmaker, but we just didn't make the play.
That's 12 carries for 154 for Sawyer Lovern.
They draw the Rockets off. 5 yards. That was pass.
They threw it out in the. They threw it. Running back ran a little old school little wheel route in the backfield back there. Yes,
now
indeed.
Noble, again, they had the play diagnosed pretty well, but excellent blocking by his receivers, and Glover just broke tackles, and that is something not wrapping up that the coaching staff is probably not going to be happy with when they watch this film.
They did what we see on Sundays, my man. They use all shoulders instead of wrapping their arms around them.
From the gun, quick throw out to the side now. Down with it once more. Across the midfield stripe into Rocket territory. Will be taken down to 46.
Don't be mad at me, T-Roy. I know we doing the broadcast. I know it's TC Sports 1, and I know we're doing it for the Rockets. But the Champions, that's an excellent play call that time. They put the ball in the air, gave the ball to a playmaker out in space, and look what they did with the sticks.
Well, and here's the thing. It's almost like we were talking about it, making them one-dimensional. That Cascade sideline says, hey, you know what, fellas? Maybe we're looking a little one-dimensional. Let's throw it out here and give them a different look.
And guess what, T-Roy? Now they come back with that jab. You see what I mean? So now look at it. Look at it spread out. Watch this. Lovern going to get the ball. It's going to be a delay handoff. Lovern going to get the ball. Watch this, T-Roy. Lovern with the ball up the middle.
Go right back to him. You called it, Noble. But once again, Noble, they had him wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He picked up 7 yards after first contact. They had him for no gain at the 46. He ends up at the Rocket 39 with a first down. That was all Glover.
And that's sometimes when football gets frustrating. You can be on defense and even know that the play is finna go to Lovern, but you still got to make the play, T-Roy.
You still do. And again, they're trying to blow him up. He is a strong young man, very strong in his lower and upper half, that he just bounces off those hits.
Credit to the Champions. They spreaded them out and went right up the middle.
Here come the Rockets coming hard. Lovern, this time they hit him, Lindemann, and he got some help, I believe, from Heinrichs. And they stop him for no gain. That time wrapped up well. Heinrichs was good penetration, and Lindemann shot through. Noble, you could see it coming that time. They were sending everybody.
Yes, they were, and I appreciate it. Heinrichs, is that how I pronounce
Heinrichs,
it?
yes.
I appreciate it. I apologize to the young man. I've been around long enough. I should be able to pronounce his name correctly.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the Rocket 39. 7.5 left here in the fourth as Byford's going to throw it out of the backfield. Pass caught to the sideline and diving for the sticks. Did he get it?
He is 2 yards short, T-Roy, but I'll wait on the official. But I will say this. You know I love that play. I asked them to put the ball in the hands of the playmakers. They threw the ball out to the running back, put him out in space, T-Roy. Now they're going to come back and they're going to go interior, T-Roy. They are making the Rockets. They're going to spread them out again. Let's see if it's one more time. Lovern up the middle, T-Roy. Let's see.
2 down territory. 3rd down and 3. Ball spotted down at the Rocket 32.
He checking out of it, T-Roy. Checking out of it. Lovern up the middle.
Give Lovern right up the middle he goes. He'll pick up his first down, stay on his feet, continue plowing forward, and there we see that rugby match break out again as they just get behind and push him forward for another 2 or 3 yards. But right now, Noble, they have got to, when they hit him in the gap, they got to wrap.
I tell you what, T-Roy, he's a big back. I'm trying to tell you, he's a big back. Now listen to this, T-Roy. Here's the frustrating part about it. the champions, they are spreading the Rockets out. You talked about it earlier. They put 2 wide outs out. They spread them out. They force you not to put 9 in the box, and then they just bring the big back up the middle, T-Roy.
First down. Back to the ground they go, and this time good penetration. There's big Reggie Pearson, and he got plenty of help, but he cut through that time, took on his blocker, won the battle, and found the back.
And I tell you what, T-Roy, you done got so entrenched in this game that you done forgot to tell the folks at home what the score is and what the clock's saying.
Yeah, we're under 7 now as we approach 6.5 minutes. 22-22 ball game. Cascade, it's nail-biting time here at Cascade High School.
9 of Lovern's 14 carries have been for first downs.
That is productive.
And 2 more for touchdowns.
Man in motion, left to right now, as Lovern will get the call again. Up the middle he goes, squirts free, and he's going to make it into the end zone. Once again, that has been what we have seen. He has gotten past first contact and been able to get into the end zone. He is a strong young man. You've got to wrap him up and bring him down. He broke free it once more and took it 20 yards for the touchdown. Cascade back on top, 28-22 now with 6:05 remaining.
T-Roy's fundamental football. Fundamental football. They bring 2 wide outs out. They stretch out the field. They make sure that you don't have 8 or 9 in the box. And again, the champions are blowing off the ball, and they are blocking assignments, and they're blocking the linebackers, and he's getting to that second level. But they're not wrapping up, T-Roy.
Snap good, set good, kick good as well. 6:05 remaining. We've got a new score here in Bell Buckle. It's 29-22 champs. We'll be right back.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lovern again providing Cascade with a lead, and Ricky, he's having a huge evening. He's got now 15 carries for 181 yards, and none more important than that last one, the 20-yard touchdown scamper where he breaks a couple of tackles and gives the Champs back the lead. Perez's kick angling away. Bell will take it on the run, slips on the wet turf at the 10, and he'll be down at that point. So that'll break for the Champs as well. Dew has fallen. It's a little bit slick on the grass. Bell coming over to catch it. When he caught it, slipped, and they say he was down. Bell was saying, hey, the ball hit, I didn't.
I got to go with Eli Bell. I thought the ball was loose, and I thought the ball came out. I didn't think he had possession of the ball when his knee went down. I thought he had every right to be able to pick that up. But again, official right on the spot. I won't question the man.
We've talked about it. They made everybody mad here tonight. Now it's their turn for the Forrest fans to be mad because they felt exactly like we did. Maybe that the ball hit and Bell was trying to pick it back up.
I thought the ball fell and he was picking the ball. Oh, wait.
90 yards they've got to go. Now we got a penalty marker as they were late getting a player on, Noble.
Yes, they were. He came from the sideline and got lined up, and the ref seen that. Ref got the white hat on, and he threw that down, and the coach is livid.
So the Rockets did not have the right personnel there. They were late getting the 11th player onto the field. It's going to cost them 5. So now 1st and 15. And Noble, we saw it last time. It's exactly what happened to them as they got behind the sticks early in that last drive. And again, that's not where you want to be.
I tell you what, one, not where you want to be in any situation, but a situation like this, you don't want to be like that, because guess what, T-Roy? I'm going to let you tell the folks at home that it's first down and how many and where the ball's placed at.
First down and 15 back at your own 5.
And how much time left on the clock?
Just under 6 minutes. 5:58 left here, quarter number 4. So this is where character is built. 95 yards away from pay dirt, and they need a score. Outside trying to roam along that line of scrimmage, and I believe that was G Square again.
It was G Square, and here's why you don't want to start off behind the sticks. Obviously, you never want to, but here's why you don't now.
You don't have your home run hitter in the lineup.
Well, I give you that. He's not coming back, and I'm glad the coaching staff and he decided that. He looked like he was kind of hurt earlier, and he come back and he played, and he didn't put himself in a good position because when he went down, I don't know if it was a face mask or whatever, but he was having trouble with his neck and his back. But he come back. You may have to punt the ball if you don't get good distance here, so you got to play some defense maybe.
Gain of only 1, 2nd and 14. Here comes Fields. He's back in the contest. Takes it to the sideline, and he'll get him a little closer as Fletcher turned the corner. Tough running by the freshman, Triple F.
Hey, not only tough running, but a tough runner. Because guess what? All that talk I was talking about, the young man is back into the contest, and I thought somebody would hold him out the rest of the game, but I'm glad to see him in there. Apparently he's all right.
Gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now.
He still doesn't seem to be 100%.
No, it's hard to be. Mr. Sweeney, me and you a little older than he is, but it's hard to be 100% if it's something with your neck and your back, right?
Fields in motion. Back to the ground, up the middle they go, and they will not pick up the 1st down. It'll be close.
Man got a 1st down stick over there, and he got a better view than you and I, T-Roy. His vantage point is great.
Cohen Grissom on the quick hitter. I thought he was going to be at least a yard short.
He going to change it. He going to change it. He got a little excited, I guess. He changed it.
Okay, now 4:29 left here, and you got to go for it.
They look like they want to move the sticks, T-Roy.
Yeah, he did.
I told you he had a 1st down up there.
Yeah, 21.
Rockets go back to the ground, and that was pretty close. Noble, Eli Bell, if he eludes that tackle, he's center of the field, and you could be looking at him going a long way. That could have been a touchdown-saving tackle there by Cascade.
It could have been. Lower extremities on the left leg there, T-Roy, so we have to see as Eli Bell can make his way back into this contest. You have some tough, tenacious players on the Rockets. These fellas here tougher than I ever been.
Under 4 minutes remaining. 2nd down. Cantrell rolls to throw, dumps it in the flat. Bell with plenty of space. 45, midfield strike, down the sideline. Liam Bell, one man to beat, stays on his feet and finally is taken down from behind. And that, give them credit. That was a spectacular play call. They got Cantrell rolled to his right. Nobody was with Bell, and he went down the sideline with a convoy. A huge play for the Rockets.
Mr. Sweeney, it's not that hard, my man. He brought the running back a 5-yard out in the flat. Get the ball to your playmakers in space. He had blockers down there. Now, T-Roy, you're going to think I'm being picky. I'm going to be Liam Bell for a second. I needed some of them white jerseys down there that was running in front of me. I need them to pick up some of them blocks so I can take that to the house. That's what I need them boys to do.
They got it all the way to the 25, and fellas, now time 3:38. You got plenty.
Yeah, that went from the 25 of the Rockets to the 25 of the champions. So that's a big 50-yard pickup.
And Mr. Sweeney, don't be mad at me, but let me get this out one more time. Liam Bell, I'm speaking for Liam Bell. Liam Bell is telling everybody, I was supposed to take that to the house. I just needed y'all to pick up a couple more of those blocks because I was down the sideline and I had me 2 white jerseys down there. That's all you can ever ask for is to have 2 white jerseys out in front of you because he has the vision and the power to be able to see and fight off of those blocks and be able to bounce off of them.
1st and 10 from the 25. Cantrell gives. Fields looking for the corner. Fields goes down as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Well defended that time by the champions. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Clock 3:20 and ticking. 29-22 champions. Rockets on the move.
Yes, they are on the move. I'll tell you what, they got the place jumping, T-Roy, and I tell you what, it's all in this drive right here, my man.
2nd down and 10. Back to the ground with Eli Bell. Bell picks up good yardage, and we've got a late hit there.
Oh, they're not calling it late,
didn't
though.
Call that one.
Wow. He hit him in the back in his spine with his hammer, T-Roy, and he was already on the ground.
He's still down.
The young man got speared in his back, right where his kidney's at, with a hammer, and he was already on the ground.
He was already down, and that one, boy.
And nobody on this sideline.
Wait a minute.
Nobody on. Yes, indeed, I see it, but nobody on this side of the field seemed to appreciate me saying that. I don't mean no offense, but I'm just saying what I seen.
Wow. Now, 15-yarder is going to be marked off against the Rockets for unsportsmanlike conduct. Boy, that is huge.
And here's what's even frustrating about it. As an official, you're supposed to know. You're supposed to have a little leeway because you understand it's 5 officials out there. Somebody was supposed to see that call not made, and since the call wasn't made, somebody's supposed to be frustrated. You got a player down who got speared in the back. You got to give somebody a little cushion with their emotions once you realize the situation. You cannot be an official and put a little extra on top of that.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That we had a great vantage point to that late hit. I mean, it was very, very evident to us from our vantage point. Now, the frustrating thing is, you said, Noble, you got a coach trying to take up for his player and get out there, and he gets hit with a 15-yard penalty. That one, boy, you think about that one for a while.
As an official, you don't add to that. You got to understand emotions with that. As an official, that's the reason. That's why you're taught as an official to hold your whistle, because you know the situation that just happened.
Coach Stevenson's taking a timeout. Fellas, we're going to keep it here. He still wants to have a go with the official, and rightfully so, but boy, that's a huge turn in this game. 3rd down now in 19 after that penalty, Noble, and you should be knocking on the door.
Slow down, T-Roy. Slow down. I got a lot of folks over here a little upset with me, but I'm okay with that because guess what? I'm trying to be fair. Now watch this. Eli Bell was down. His knee was down.
Yes.
Now he got speared in the back. If they call the late hit, now you got to mark that penalty down, and that puts him closer to the goal line. But they don't call that. Now, they can be mad at me all they want. The fact that you don't call that, and now the coach gets mad and get penalized, that's the difference right now in being closer to the goal line and being all the way back here.
Yeah, exactly.
That one play right there.
And you hate to have a game that has been this good.
You hate hate for a game to be this good and for any team, any fan to ride in their car and be talking about the man in the stripes.
Fields in motion. Big play here. Cantrell rolls. He's got a man wide open. Lindemann behind the defense. Oh, and he could not come up with it. Oh, he was wide open.
He got to looking at the quarterback, and he quit running the route, gentlemen. And when the quarterback put the ball in the air, it got over his fingertips. He quit running the route, gentlemen.
Man, he was like Farmer Fran and the Water Boy. He was just running free back there.
He got behind him. He would have walked that in, and guess what? Had he walked that in, we would have forgot all about the official. Nobody even would have talked about him anymore.
Here's something, Noble. If you don't convert here, you wasted a timeout having to come out and talk to the officials. So you don't get that back. It's insult to injury.
It's all insult to injury. It just continues to be exacerbated.
And now you had to burn your final one. I hate to go away, folks. We're going to keep it here. Man, what we have just seen here in the last couple of minutes just is mind-boggling.
You might want to go back and watch this one, folks, over and over. This is a classic Rocket Cascade game.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is one that I don't care what has happened in this one. Yeah. Somebody needs to send this one to the head of officials at TWSAA.
Yeah, they've allowed a good game to be. They've had a hand in it that shouldn't have not had a hand in it.
And I'm not talking solely about this one play here, which is going to be big. They've been very inconsistent all night long on both sides of the ledger.
And I think that's what coaches supposed to do. I think there's supposed to be some coach for every team that can put something in the mailbox and send it to the office.
Yeah.
So we'll see. This may be one of those they get a chance to send to the office, but Unfortunately, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about officials. It's 4th and 19. And
see, right now we're trying to, excuse me interrupting you.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
We're trying to run a play, and they're out here having another summit.
I tell you what.
Boy, there's just so many things, fellas, that you have to take into account. If you get points down here at the end of the first half, you may be playing for a go-ahead touchdown and tied right now. That's another thing that you come back and think about. But in all fairness, you're headed down the field. You look like you got a chance to tie this thing up, and we've just got a complete – I don't want to say some bad words here, but this is just a complete miscarriage of justice is what we see on the field right now.
They're still talking.
They still having a conversation.
I mean, you just need 3 blind mice playing right now, and it would be a fitting,
And let's keep in mind, guys, so everybody know I like to be fair. If this thing had worked out the other way, Cascade Champions fans would have probably wanted to send the tape in because they would have wanted to know what happened on that penalty where the Rockets got to keep the ball when it looked like it was a turnover on down. So everybody got a legitimate beef.
But now you're just taking away, and I know you want to get it right, but come on, how long could it take you to figure this out?
Well, I got to ask you. They supposed to take a test every year. I don't know if they took a test this year.
You know what? Maybe they sent an imposter in today. Maybe they got somebody to take their test that day.
Evidently, they picked that flag up.
All right, here we go. 2:22. This could be your ball game. Cantrell rolls right. They're going to go back center of the field. Pass incomplete. It would have been a first down, but it got out of the hands of Fletcher Fields. Nope, it wouldn't have been. No, he would have had to turn it upfield. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were looking at the wrong sticks. It would have been past the initial line of scrimmage, but it would not have been a first down. So take a little pressure off the young man. It would not have been a first down. He would have had to make a spectacular play to be able to break enough tackles to get that first down.
So the Rockets have 2 consecutive pass plays where they were just an eyelash short of converting there. And now the champions get it back with the Rockets in no timeouts.
I was just finna say we used all our timeouts on offense to try to get that one in. It was we said it was now or never pretty much. So clock is going to be run down, and you can fully anticipate a heavy dose of giving it to number 19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course 1 first down and you're out of the woods if you're the champs and hold on here and beat the Rockets back-to-back years. And I tell you what, fellas, this one, if you're the Rockets, this one's going to hurt if you don't find a way to come back because they have had their chances tonight.
Yeah, they've had ample chances, T-Roy. They've had ample chances. And I tell you what, even though you and I and Mr. Sweeney have the luxury of talking about the officials, the coaching staff is going to tell the young men, that's the first thing they're going to say, we're not blaming this on any official.
Yeah,
we had opportunities out there, and we left some of them out on their field.
Now, the one thing you can go in and I think that you take away is this group battles. They could have packed this thing in early and just said, you know what, it's not our night, we're going to the house.
That's the thing I'm impressed with.
I'm impressed with their resilience.
I am too. That's a big thing.
Yes, they not only did they fight back from the earlier deficit, they put themselves in a position to where they were feeling real good about their chances. So you have to love that. It just kind of got away from them towards the end. I hope we get back invited over here because I tried to be fair, but I don't think they like me saying about the penalty. I hope they invite us back. They look at me funny right now,
Rockets creeping close as they'll just run this one right up the middle. And getting behind that big offensive line, stretching that thing forward is Byford, and he's going to pick up about 7. So it'll be 2nd down and 3, and that clock just continues to roll. So they won't have to snap it until it gets under 1.5 minutes here.
Yes, indeed, and you have told the folks at home, T-Roy, the ones who are viewing in and listening in, what a first down actually would mean. But that clock is going to continue to tick regardless if they don't pick up the first down or not.
2nd and 4. The ball spotted down at the Cascade 40. They're just waiting around. 12, 11, 10 on the play clock, 1:35 on your game clock. Champs will take all of that precious time that they can. Center of the field, straight up the middle, and he will pick up his first down, and that indeed is your ball game. So they had to rely on that offensive line, which they've done all night long, to get them some tough yards, and Byford will inch it forward. He needed 4, he got 5. 1:22 left as Lindemann, who has left it all on the field, they're going to pick him up. He's not happy about having to head off the field.
No, he's not happy about that, T-Roy. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough ride home. It certainly will be, and that's gonna be a tough one for them to swallow.
I don't think they can hang their heads on this game. They've
I don't mean it in that term.
I just
mean that they gonna feel like they maybe let one get away when they got back in it. That's the part. Yeah,
and both these teams will leave here 4-2 tonight. Cascade 1-0 in region play. The Rockets will leave at 1-1, and they've still got Marion and Fayetteville left on the region portion of the schedule. Byford's going to take a knee, and he'll have to snap it one more time at least. And Cascade will walk out of here extremely happy as they have defeated the Rockets in back-to-back seasons.
At this stage, let's just hope emotions stay in check. How about that?
Yeah, I think right now, the officials have stood up there. I think they've tried to be involved in snapping the ball a couple of times. They're up, all 4 of them up there right on the line of scrimmage waiting on them to snap the ball again.
I tell you what, I think they all stand in the middle to keep everybody's composure. So keep an eye on the officials towards the end of the game and see if they do some good.
They stopped the clock at 1:13. The play clock is stopped at 40. I mean, is it not simple enough just to let them take a couple of knees and be done? We've even got to get on the – I think they just want a little more screen time here. They've got to say, hey, it's been about us tonight. We got to get on the screen a little bit longer here, folks.
Wow.
They can't even execute a knee here.
Now, I will say this. I'm looking at the officials. It does look like a veteran crew, though, doesn't it? It does look like a veteran crew, though.
They have not wound the clock. They should have wound the clock. It still won't make any difference because that was only 2nd down. We're at a minute, so they're going to have to snap it at least one more time here, but I'm not sure. Let's see. They may stop it another couple of times. Clock still moving now as Cascade. Byford's going to come back up and take a knee one more time. Play clock at 10. So he'll get up and under center. He'll hit the turf, and it's under 35, so they will not have to snap it again, and the champions will pick up the victory. Hard-fought win here tonight as Cascade will move to 4-2. They'll drop the Rockets to 4-2 with a 29-22 victory. We'll take a break. We'll be back to wrap it up here.
Eye Care Clinic.
Again, Cascade hangs on and beats the Rockets by 7.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go! When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Yes, sir.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Well, if you're a football fan, you certainly enjoyed tonight's contest. If you're a Rocket fan, it didn't turn out exactly how you would have liked, but they fought to the finish in a 29-22 loss here at the hands of Cascade. And fellas, I think we're still trying to digest a few of the things that we saw here tonight. You hate for it, and I'm going to reserve this. I think I'm normally pretty level-handed on how we approach this game and give people credit when credit is due. You really hate to see this thing end the way it did with the officiating. But I will say this. Rockets did have a couple of opportunities even after the penalty to overcome.
Yes, indeed. Coach called a timeout, dialed up the correct play, T-Roy.
Yeah.
And think about it. Had the players executed, we would not even be having the conversation we'd be having now. We would be having a conversation about what the Rockets need to do on defense to take this thing in overtime.
Yeah, exactly.
So Coach gave them an opportunity to get over that play call, over that call, and get over everything that has transpired all night. And what was needed was execution, and they did not execute at that moment.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt. You got to think, too, going down the field as they did in that last drive, you had to feel pretty good before they get that penalty that I feel like they're going to put the ball in the end zone there. I really felt like they were headed in that direction. They had all the momentum, and that kind of killed your momentum at that point. Now, to say, if you're going to be a great football team and you're going to be a championship football team, you got to overcome those things. They did have some opportunities. That's what they're going to go back, I think, and say, hey, even though this happened to us and it was awful, we did have a couple of opportunities to overcome it.
Yes, they did, T-Roy, and that's a lesson that you kind of learn because I guess in life sometimes when you're trying to think about the big lessons, you don't start thinking about causation, but most folks will tell you that penalty came as a result of that non-call that happened there, and you have to try to get your emotions in check. And what you try to teach young men is you don't allow one situation to make another situation worse. So you can't make that situation and put yourself in dire situation because of that. But I tell you what, Mr. Sweeney has said it best. Considering the way this first quarter started, who would have ever thought we would be having the kind of game that we could broadcast the way we had this one?
Most definitely, it did not look good. When they had the football looking to go up by 3 scores early, you had to think the Rockets were in real danger. But they righted the ship, got themselves back into this thing, and had a chance here at the end. But Cascade picks up a big victory for their program. They're now 4-2. You got to think right now, they're still undefeated in region play. They are saying, hey, Marion and Fayetteville, we still got you to come. We're 1-0 in the region, and we're tied for the region lead right now. So the Rockets, you got to go back to the drawing board. You got 2 big games, one at Marion County at home, one against Fayetteville to end the season on the road. So you still got 2 shots in the region to pick up wins and host a first-round playoff game. Now, I think the big thing is you learned tonight this is a resilient group. I think that's the thing you point out most of all. Now, was it a flawless performance? No, but they hang in there to the end. They give you something to like about this group. This is a team that they are just like their uniforms. They're blue collar. They're gonna work hard. They're gonna fight you to the end, and I think we saw that again here tonight. Next week, though, you got to regroup in a hurry. You go back on the road to Gordonsville, which will not be an easy place to play, and then you got to gear up for that big 3-game stretch to end the season where it is Murderer's Row. You get Marion, Moore, and Fayetteville to end the season. So you got to get together quick, lick those wounds, and get ready. You got to be better these last 4 games.
Yeah.
Ricky, let's go to the stats.
Final stats, Rockets 51 rushes, 242 yards, 8 of 14 passing for 112 yards. Total offense for your Rockets, 354. Cascade, 35 rushes, 281 yards, 4 of 8 passing with 1 interception for 26 yards, 307 total offense for Cascade. And individually, Fletcher Fields, 14 carries, 112. The last 4 or 5 carries, I believe he was not 100%.
Yeah.
Still managed 112 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Liam Bell, warrior inside there, 10 carries, 22 yards. That doesn't say the kind of game he played. Eli Bell, 13 carries, 39 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Grissom, 11 carries, 66 yards, got a lot of first downs tonight. G-Squared, a great rushing game. Aiden Cantrell, 2 carries for -2. Cohen Grissom, 1 for 5. And Liam Bell is a great weapon receiving. He had 4 catches tonight to lead the Rockets in pass receiving. Individually, give it up for Sawyer Lavorne. We sit up here, his mother right in front of us, Chastity Lovern. I say it again, Lovern. Chastity Lovern. We had good fun talking to her and the other
Coach
Cascade fans.
Coach
as
Tyler's
well.
dad was to my left. We had a good time with him. We had a great time here sitting out here with the Cascade fans. They were really nice to us, so we appreciate that.
They did take care of us. So Sawyer had a great game. 15 carries, 181 yards, 3 touchdowns. Difference maker in the ball game, in my opinion, for Cascade. Hayden Dowell, 10 carries for 76, and he had a touchdown. He's a strong player as well, and a good job running the team. Quarterback Damian Byford, 10 carries, 24 yards, and a lot of those were kneel-down losses at the end of the game. And Rockets lose a tough one, but boy, again, they gave it all they had. 29-22 losers here tonight at Cascade.
Well, fellas, you think about maybe what could have been tonight, and it was a tough loss, one that's going to hurt. But you got to pick yourself back up off the mat, and that's the one thing I think this team will do. They'll be back and ready to compete next week against Gordonsville. It'll be a long trip. We do want to remind you, though, we'll have 2 options or 2 chances for you to catch Forrest football. We'll have the middle school championship game for you on Thursday. We'll give you more information about start time and opponent, all that kind of information throughout the week. We'll have that one for you on Thursday. We'll be back on the road for you on Friday night as we will travel to Gordonsville. That will be a 7 o'clock kickoff. As always, our broadcast will begin at 6 o'clock. We encourage you to check out our pregame. We've had some great interviews with the Band of Blue, the Forrest cheerleaders, and, of course, players and coaches. We encourage you to tune in and check those out as well. Any final thoughts, fellas?
I enjoyed that game. It was a fun game. I hate that so many flags and so many conferences took place. We're trying to play ball, and the folks supposed to be in charge of the game are conferencing. And again, we saw a pretty good ball game here tonight, and just had a few things get in the way of it. Seemed like, and that's unfortunate. But again, we witnessed a pretty good football game here tonight.
My final thought, gentlemen, and as you all know, you all been around sports a long time. You always need at least one game where you can go back and kind of spotlight somewhere down the road. If the Rockets hope to have a great deal of success and get far, they're going to find themselves in tight games, and they'll be able to go back and remember everything that it took to be, as you all call, resilient and fight back through the night. So they'll be able to pick themselves up not only tonight, but they'll be able to pull from this, and it's going to help them somewhere down the road.
Yeah, I think so, and that's like I say, that's a tough pill to swallow. But for the Rockets, again, they'll be back next week. We'll be back with them. We encourage you to tune in next week if you can't make the trip. And again, we'll have Rocket football for you Thursday and Friday. For Ricky Sweeney, for Mr. Noble Mays, Miss Caden Anderson, and Mr. Peter Wilson doing a great job tonight. Folks, we didn't have our same vantage point tonight. We were outside the press box in the stands, and Peter and Caden were inside working with the camera and the production tonight. So we didn't have quite as many opportunities for instant replay and some of those things we usually have, but made the best of what we had here tonight and certainly have appreciated you staying with us. Until next time, this is Troy Cash, and you have yourselves a great rest of the evening. Once again, your final here from Cascade. It is the Forrest Rockets losing a tough one. Cascade wins it 29-22. Good night, everybody.